I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase a bag, I want a way I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. I'll give up everything. If I could see my dreams, I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. Don't let go. Don't let go. I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality.
I just wanna find a way out, sick of the venom in my brain. Running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this. I just wanna break these chains. Always asking for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once that I so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started to outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I found out today that Troy Baker is an Invincible. I did not know that. I had no idea Troy Baker was an Invincible as a voice actor for a character. Busbound? What is this? There's not a lot of games this morning.
In a town, the
This is a game. This is a game.
or when time is not on your side.
That's a weird fucking game, bro. What is this?
It's like
What the hell is this shit? What the fuck? Ew. Bro, what is going on this morning? What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is even happening anymore? Oh, you know what? That's 007. 007, if you must know, took on a lot of diverse hires. They even admitted it. So there's a good chance that the new 007 game's gonna be garbage, shit, trash. Oh, why can't they just leave it alone, man? They just can't leave the games alone. They just won't do it.
Death World is a classification given only to the most.
I don't think so. Pragmata, I've almost beaten the game, I think. I've been enjoying the hell out of that game. That game is awesome, and so is Mouse PI for Hire. I'm gonna keep playing Mouse PI for Hire as soon as I'm done with Pragmata. I've been enjoying the hell out of those games. Those came out like Thursday and Friday.
Planets in the Imperium.
Damn.
Hamar Devos comes from the most notorious of these planets. He served in the elite ranks of the Katachan jungle fighters and survived a world where only the strongest endure. Poisoned jungles,
Well, it's not even like they can get their own franchise. They take over franchises that already exist and then they fuck with those.
relentless predators.
It'd be different if they would just do it to their own goddamn games, but no, they got to take over like 007 and Assassin's Creed, and they got to fuck with those games. They can't just go get their own.
That kills the unprepared, shaped him into a lethal and highly versatile fighter. Now serving in the Inquisition in the Calixis sector.
Man, Warhammer 40k sure does like its turn-based combat. I can't stand it. I can't stand turn-based combat. How are they making Hello Neighbor 3? How? I think the rest of this is just garbage. I don't think there's really anything else that's... That's okay. Because I wasn't the only one. Oh, how's it going, everybody? How's it going? So, Charlie said pretty much the same thing I said about the IGN review for Mouse PI for Hire, who, by the way, has Troy Baker in it. Mouse PI for Hire's main character is voice acted by Troy Baker, and they gave it a 6. And I'm so happy that I'm not the only one that watched that Mouse PI for Hire trailer and immediately thrashed IGN for it. I'll just let Charlie do it for me this time.
IGN review is like breathing. Everyone does it. In fact, you have to do it.
Yep.
It is a biological necessity.
Yep.
And for good reason. IGN reviews. Well,
It's one of those reviewers that either kind of hits or misses completely. And there is never a hit. It's always a kind of hits or completely misses. That's just how it is.
often just find a way to strike the very core of the human soul and force you to foam at the mouth because of how dumb the review is. And it's not intentional.
My favorite thing that the reviewer said whenever he was going through Mouse PI for Hire was, it doesn't feel realistic whenever you roll up to a police station and start shooting all the police. Bro, he said that and my brain melted in my skull. I was like, you really just said that, didn't you? You just brought up realism in a fucking game that's black and white where you play as a goddamn mouse in a place called Mousenburg. You really just did that, didn't you? You just did that. Yes, you did.
Rage bait. If it was, it'd be far less offensive. It's accidental rage bait from reviewers that, you have to question what the fuck they're on to reach the conclusions they do on certain things. And it's a topic that's been explored a million times for a million different movies, games, TV shows, what have you. And they get clowned on till the cows come home. I know I've shot spit.
They gave Concord a fucking 9. A 9! It was so bad it was brought up in the Stop Killing Games initiative in the middle of the European court. Like, come on, bro. What is this?
Balls at them a ton. but I cannot resist the urge to do it again because this review...
I have been thoroughly enjoying the absolute shit out of Mouse PI for Hire. As soon as I'm done with Pragmata, I'm going right back to playing it.
For Mouse PI for Hire. And it's not the score that's so irksome. The IGN grading scale is so fucking cattywampus it defies conventional wisdom and is an affront to God in and of itself. So it's not even the score that's bothersome. It's the reasons that the reviewer gives for why it's a 6. It's so outrageous it feels almost...
It feels like it's forced. Like they have to give it the score and they're trying to come up with excuses for the score. It feels like the guy that's reviewing it, like I said, right, he's forced to give the score, so he has to give a reason. It feels like he does it on purpose to rage bait people against the score. Like he has no choice but to give it the score that's given, and that he has to give, like, bullshit reasons, or he wants to give bullshit reasons to make people foam at the mouth. That's what it genuinely feels like. Like, they want you to know that they technically don't want the score, but they like rage bait you with the reasons.
Except it's done earnestly. It's genuinely fascinating. Like, fascinating in the same sense that if I went to the aquarium and a manatee shit into the glass as I was watching it, I'd be like, ooh, curious. What? You know, one of those things. It's like, why? Like, how did we even get to this point? So, if you subscribe to the gaming channel, Moist Critical Gaming, you've probably already seen that I'm playing the shit out of Mouse PI for Hire.
Yo, W. Charlie! Asmon played it too. Game's fucking awesome, dude. The game is so good. I'm sorry. If you haven't played Mouse PI for Hire, I recommend it.
I think it's a great game. I'm really enjoying it. Also, you should definitely go subscribe to the gaming channel. I play like a million
Concord
fucking games
at 9, boys.
But Mouse PI for Hire is a standout so far this year for me. And when I watched the IGN review, I was blown away. So I want to show you some snippets here.
What bothers me, however, is how...
I'm mad that I didn't buy the collector's edition of Mouse PI for Hire. I only bought the digital version. If they release another game, I'm hopping onto that collector's edition 100%. I want to spend more money for these games, especially if I've got a little bit of retirement money left over. I want to spend that extra money because I want to show the support to the developers. If you get the standard edition of the game, that's great. But if you have the extra little monies to put towards a game company that is releasing a collector's edition to show your support, you should always try to get that. And it's not a matter of, oh, well, I want to get the best bang for my buck. It's if you want a Mouse PI for Hire 2, spend the money, guys. If you have it, spend it.
Overly referential so much of it is. The world is full of mice, so everything is about cheese. Everything. A bad guy, he's a cheeselegger.
These cheeseleggers in...
Dude, it's a pun, you fuck. That pissed me off, too. I was like, dude, you live in Mousingburg. Like, what do you think?
On the shrew wreck.
It's a mouse. It's going to have puns. It's going to be funny. Come on, bro.
Lady Mouse with a sultry
Dude, by
voice.
the way, Troy Baker completely killed this part. So good. Oh, my God. Troy Baker's a fucking legend.
It'll be described as
Gorgonzola picante slapped on a mozzarella platter.
everything is a reference to the fact that everyone is a mouse and mice like cheese, and when it's not, instead it'll be a reference to an old cartoon, or the fact that this is a video game.
When you jump, just act like you didn't.
The voice actors, led by Troy Baker, do an admirable job with what they have, but nothing in Mouseburg is allowed to just be. It has to be a mouse reference, or a literally cheesy one-liner.
Cheddar.
That's how old TV shows were. That's how old cartoons were. Like, think about, like, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. How many times they reference themselves. Come on, bro.
Gouda.
No good if you broke, Jack.
Or a reference to something.
So basically, he doesn't like that they mention cheese a lot. He doesn't like that it's constantly referencing the fact that they're mice, or that it's a video game, or other cartoons. Thinks it's too referential, which I actually think is a valid complaint. He doesn't like the writing. You can boil it down to the writing wasn't tickling him. It didn't make him giggle, and he started to roll his eyes at how many times they mention cheese. I actually think that's totally fine.
How many of y'all even pay attention to that shit? Like, hardcore. How many of y'all, this day and age, even pay attention to that shit? How many of y'all have even seen the cutscenes in a game? Like, actually sat there and watched the cutscenes without being forced to watch them. Because I know some people don't even watch cutscenes, they just skip through it all. Like, this idea that, oh, well, I got this game that's this narrative experience with no actual game. Bro, that ain't a fucking game. That's a cinematic fucking movie thing. I don't know what the fuck that is, but that ain't a game. If the gameplay ain't good, it ain't a game. I don't know where the fuck this mentality came. Who gives a fuck? Oh, but the story sucks in Crimson Desert. Oh, 5 out of 10. No one gives a fuck. How's the gameplay? Gameplay is kind of shit. Oh, they fixed it? Good game. 10 out of 10. The game's supposed to be a game, motherfucker. Game. It's in the fucking title. Like,
writing isn't going to hit for everybody. There's nothing wrong with that. But as the review goes on, the complaint becomes more, it wasn't noir the way I wanted it to be. It wasn't serious enough. And then starts picking out logical inconsistencies with this world. And that's where things get real fucking goofy. Like, that's turbo wacko sauce right there.
It's a cartoon.
Game is a love letter to the old rubber hose cartoons and noir. It's not meant to be like a serious fucking pipe smoking noir experience that's gonna have you sitting there thinking in your chair like this hard-boiled detective, real big thinker piece or anything like that.
Exactly.
That the reviewer seems to want it to be. And that's like the main gripe. He starts pointing out these logical inconsistencies in the world. He does mention the cheese a lot, which I think is weird because I think it's a fine complaint to say, like, I started to get annoyed with all this cheese stuff. But it makes sense in the world because these are fucking mice. So of course cheese is going to be a big part of like that society in the world they have built.
I should have probably guessed the former when one of the first things I saw was a steamboat named Willie, but at least that and the reference-heavy power-ups are cute.
Yo, the spinach is what sold me for the game. I was like, nope, gotta play it. Any reference to Popeye? I'm in. Sold. Take my money.
Constant callbacks to classic films or other video games? Not so much. And it doesn't end there. A boss fight in the sewers, it's a literal alligator because of...
Yeah, because it's funny. I think that's hilarious. I don't think I'll ever see a boss fight in the sewers that isn't an alligator and not think it's funny. Because it is. It's hilarious. You never get rid of Sewer Gator, bro. He's forever. He is inevitable. You go to the sewers in a game, there's a big-ass fucking gator. That's just how it is. Get used to it.
Of course it is. If you're looking for the cheese-liking foreman, Jack will quip that he doesn't look like much of a boss.
More like a mini-boss.
And then laugh at his own joke.
Just listen to the way he...
I mean, I like that too, but would you buy a game that has this in the trailer and take it seriously? Would you buy a game that looks like this and take it serious? Fuck no, it's a cartoon. What do you think cartoons are? They're not serious at all.
More like a mini-boss.
Yeah, exactly, like...
Joke.
Just listen to the way he talks about it. He fucking hated this. I think he wanted to go lower than a 6, but then felt like the response would be too...
I want there to be a Fallout 5 so bad, guy. I don't even think you guys understand, bro. If Fallout 5 came out right now, I would be gone for like 3 months. I would come back, my beard would be down to the floor, my hair would be all the way out. I'd probably have flies around me. You guys would not see me for months.
Ferocious if he did.
I would disappear.
Seems like he actually loathed it, just by the way he's talking about it. I don't even understand the complaint about the alligator boss fight. Did he have the same complaint for Resident Evil 2 when you fought a sewer gator there? It actually feels like it's...
low-key, I was actually thinking the same thing. I just wasn't sure which Resident Evil it was.
Doing the IGN meme of too much water, if you remember that one. This one is too much cheese.
Even here, though, I have issues. Weapons can feel weak, especially the shotgun. It's got the...
I don't know what the fuck this dude's talking about. Yo, I'm playing in the hardest difficulty. That shit's easy. Like, what do you mean? You just need to learn how to fucking shoot. You're not gonna shoot that? Okay. Let me give you a crash course on shotguns, fucktard. Shotgun close range. Handgun long. Shotgun for people with bats when up close. Handgun for people shoot from far. Does this compute? What are we doing? What are you doing?
The audio kick of a pop gun, and there's a strange disconnect to seeing something that sounds like a kid's toy blow off some poor mouse's head as you paint the white of the world with black ichor that spews
You
from
see
his neck
that?
off some
The game
poor
even gives you cues to let you know that you're doing something wrong. Do you see how it immediately one-shot blows this guy's head off? It's by design.
have issues.
Pop,
Weapons
blows
can be
head off.
weak, especially
Pop,
the shotgun.
blows head off.
It's got the audio kick
Pop,
of a pop
blows head
gun.
off.
There's a strange disconnect to
Watch,
seeing something that
watch,
sounds
watch.
like
It's gonna
kid's
give him a
toy
cue.
blow off some poor-
Look, you see how it didn't blow his fucking head off? It's a cue, fucktard. It's to show you you're wasting your ammo. Pull out your handgun. Pull out your handgun. It's a cue.
head as you paint
Look
the
at it.
white
Oh,
of the world.
what? He got stunned again? Whoa! Well, maybe you should use a different gun. How is this so difficult? Are you really this consumed by this being your job that you can't even enjoy the game? It's a cue, bro. Read the cue.
Sounds like a kid's toy blow off some poor mouse's head as you paint the white of the world
Jesus,
with
fuck.
black ichor that spews from his neck.
I honestly have no idea what this complaint means. I'm not gonna lie. He was going on to compliment the gameplay. It's a boomer shooter. It's a very competent one at that. It's a fun one, which he was also
It's
mentioning.
incredibly fun. If you got this game is how Doom Dark Ages should have been. Genuinely. It brings back the Doom Eternal right gun for the right mob situation. It does. And if you're just too fucking stupid to understand that, that's not on the game developers, that's on you. Read the cues, man. They're not gonna baby bird all the fucking information to you. How you been a gamer for this long and you can't read the cues? Read the cues.
Said, like, he also has complaints here, and then notes the shotgun sounding like a kid's toy, and then blowing.
Bro, the fact
off.
that in the shotgun he just takes a fistful of shotgun shells and throws that shit into the underside of it. Dude, the first time I saw that, it just made me laugh. Because I was like, dude, I thought that was one of the things that really pissed me off with Doom Eternal, was like how often you had to reload your shit. And then, like, whenever you had your shotgun and you're like, clunk, 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 and I was like, just take the fucking shit! Put it in the gun!
Bad guys' heads in the game.
You can never reload fast enough!
What? Like, it sounds like a cartoon shotgun from fucking some kind of WB cartoon back in the day. Like, what do you, like, what is it supposed to sound like? And why does that matter? Like, I truly don't think that was worth mentioning. I really think he was fishing for anything else.
He was nitpicking, that's what he was doing. He was nitpicking.
So that way it seemed like there were more complaints he had outside of just not liking that it was silly noir instead of serious noir.
Enemies mostly come out of doors marked with a skull that you can't enter, robbing these areas of anything remotely resembling a sense of place. Levels also really like to pull the "we're gonna lock you in a room and throw baddies at you until..."
Does every single game ever made. Every single game ever fucking made does this unless it's open world. What are you talking about? Wolfenstein did this. The old Call of Duty games used to do this. Like, if there's a single player game that is a first person shooter that's linear, that's what they do. Every single first person shooter that's in a linear design like Wolfenstein does the same shit. What are, like...
they're dead or you are shtick. A little too much for my taste. None of this is game-breaking. The combat is fundamentally good enough to carry you to the end of the roughly 12-hour campaign, but sometimes it feels like being at a show that's never quite bad enough to
How's it
leave.
going, Melissa?
Here's another complaint that I think is truly pulled out of his ass just for the sake of trying to find anything else to be negative about to justify a 6. What do you mean that there were too many rooms of just killing enemies to progress? It's a boomer shooter. You know it's a boomer shooter. You have even made a mention of that. That is the core gameplay loop of a boomer shooter. You go into a corridor and you fucking blast ass.
This game really reminds me of the OG Dooms, like the original Dooms, with a little bit of spin on the whole, like, gunplay mechanic that Doom Eternal has. That's really what it feels like. If you guys want my... That's almost... I could not mold that view any more so than by saying that. That's exactly how it feels. It feels like if you had played Doom 1... and then you slap on, like, the Doom Eternal gunplay where you need to use specific guns for specific enemies. That's exactly what it feels like.
Until there's no one left, and then you move forward. Did he have the same complaint for Doom? I doubt it, like, because that is what boomer shooters are. So I don't know why he's saying there was too much of that here for his taste. Has he never played a boomer shooter? I don't know. It seems like he has, because he made a mention. So how could that ever be a complaint? If the complaint was the gameplay's not good enough to make me excited for each of these rooms, that would be understandable. But he made a strong mention that the gameplay is good and is very fun enough to carry you through it. So I just don't understand how anyone could have an issue of rooms of enemies you have to kill to move forward in a boomer shooter when that is the entire, like,
it's the game.
Meat
That's the
of
game.
that genre.
Some of these locks are on a time limit, or must be solved in a limited number of moves, and you only get one shot at the good stuff they hold. Others are so easy you could probably solve them by letting an actual mouse run across your keyboard. It's very...
Yeah, you know why? Because the game's not about doing this. It's there, sure, to add a little bit of inconvenience to opening locks and stuff. Sure, why not? It's funny. Like, if I had made a game like this, I think this would be funny. Like, how many of the old-style cartoons do you see, like, Thomas from Tom and Jerry breaking off his whiskers and using his whiskers as a fucking lockpick? Or Jerry using his tail as a lockpick? It's funny. It goes with the theme of the fucking show. It's ingrained. It's like bread and butter, bro. Like, what do you want about?
Why is that very jarring? You got me porky pigging right now. In Skyrim, there's novice lockpicks, and then there's expert lockpicks. Is it jarring there, too? It's called different levels of difficulty with the lockpicks. Like, what do you mean? Yes, there's going to be easy ones, and then there's going to be more difficult ones, with strict things like certain number of moves, or you're only allocated a certain number of moves, or a certain amount of time. It's a scale. There's easy, and then there's hard. Why is that jarring? That's like the most established thing in all of gaming. Now, he goes on to compliment multiple other things about the game, but then says that he never got to do the whole detective thing because the game does it for you, and that's another thing that he had an issue with. And that's another thing I think is totally understandable to be like, I'm a little disappointed, because the game doesn't make you solve anything. It does do it for you. You gather the clues, you put them on the board, and it connects the dots.
If he wants a game like that, go play Shadows of Doubt. Go play Shadows of Doubt. And leave the actual boomer shooters to the people that want to play them. Because it does seem like this IGN review came from a place of not wanting to play it. And that's fine. If you don't want to play it, that's fine. But don't give a genuinely good game a bad rep because you didn't want to play it and it's your fucking job to play it. You know how many people would give their lives to be in that seat where that IGN reviewer is? Making money off of just playing games and doing reviews. Like, bro ain't even got to edit up the video. He just has to follow a script. That's all he has to do. Like, what are you on about, guy? If you don't like the fucking game, don't like being in your seat, then give it up for somebody else. There are people that stay up for 24, 48 hours to finish a game and then have to do all the groundwork to actually do a solid review that are YouTubers. Bro's got the best of both worlds. Like, what are you bitching about, bro? Like, it just makes no sense to me. It's like IGN's reviewers, they don't even treat the games like games. They treat it like a job. It's like they've lost all fun in being able to get these games not only for free, but early to play them and review them just to give them a shit score. Like you're not supposed to have favoritism in the scoring system. But it seems like it's like the polar opposite. They actively go out of their way to disenfranchise and nitpick at games that don't fit their little checklist. Why? Dude, Mouse PI for Hire had Troy Baker in it. You really think Troy Baker would have signed up for a shit game? Fuck no, he wouldn't have. And what the fuck is this even?
That solves it, and then you just do the mission. But I think that's totally fine. The game is a boomer shooter. It is not really a detective game.
Yeah, like you know what you sign up for whenever you start playing this game. They didn't say it was going to be revolutionary or groundbreaking. No game has said that other than Pragmata.
It's a noir aesthetic, a love letter to noir.
How's it going, Darling Winters?
Not putting you as like a detective needing to do like an LA Noire style investigation to figure things out. It is a boomer shooter at its core, so it doesn't bother me, but I think maybe he's not alone. Maybe some other people also wanted to have more like detective elements to it. So that's okay to be a little let down there. I think that's somewhat reasonable. I don't think that's a huge, weird complaint to have there.
It is. It is a weird complaint. It's a bunch of, and I've said a little bit of this, it's a bunch of grown-ass adults that are being forced to play games that they don't want to play. I saw the trailer for this game, and I was like, that's all me. I want this game. It's got Troy Baker as the main actor, as the main voice actor. I want this game. I got it, and I've loved it ever since. But whenever you're in a review place, you need to be able to be unbiased. Not every game is going to have groundbreaking gameplay in it. I hate to break it to you. If it was as easy to come up with groundbreaking new gameplay, we'd have done it by now. But the fact of the matter is that all the games that are coming out have copycatted different things from other games throughout the years because nobody's come up with anything new. You know why? Probably because we found it all. Now we've got a first-person shooter game like Pragmata that uses hacking from a different game. Like, big surprise, both of those mechanics have just been put together to multitask. Like, what are we doing?
But then we get to this section here that made me really want to yap about this because it kind of just blew my mind listening to it.
That brings me to one of my major problems with Mouse PI for Hire. Look, I hate to be that guy who brings up ludonarrative dissonance in a video game review in the year of our Lord 2026, and if you're rolling your eyes right now, I can't blame you, but it's an actual issue here. Jack Pepper is a PI who kills more people in a single mission than Philip Marlowe has in every...
And so it begins. And so it begins, boys!
book Raymond Chandler ever wrote combined. I don't care how corrupt the cops are. A private detective can't break into a police station and slaughter them en masse and then go about...
Your Karenism is showing. This is the part, this is where it pissed me off. Oh, but the realism of being a detective and not slaughtering all the police. But the realism... Bro, it's a fucking cartoon game. It's a cartoon game!
Philip Marlowe has in every book Raymond Chandler ever wrote combined. I don't care how corrupt the cops are. A private detective can't break into a police station and slaughter them en masse.
But I bet. So, what you're saying is that you should let the police that are running out of the doors come over and whap you on the head and kill you, right? So why aren't you doing that?
Marlowe has in
They're shooting at you.
Raymond Chandler ever wrote combined. I don't care how corrupt the cops are.
See, look, you know what the point of shooting the cops is? Is because this cop over here is going to come after you and try to kill you in the game. So what do you have to do in order to make sure that your character doesn't die? You got to shoot them first.
A detective can't break into a police station and slaughter them en masse and then go about his day.
It's actually not a problem here at all, because it's a cartoon. This is supposed to be a cartoon, and one that doesn't take itself seriously, very obviously doesn't take itself seriously, because everything that happens in there is used as a joke or a means of, like, entertaining you as a cartoon would. Does he have the same complaint with Ed, Edd n Eddy? Well, surely they would have broken bones in that scuffle there with that last scam from Ed. This doesn't make any sense. How could they possibly have survived something like that? Like, it's silly. That is a silly complaint. It's not a narrative disconnect because it is a cartoon. And it is very clearly, unapologetically leaning into that. So no, it's not actually a problem here, Scrooge. You, the detective Jack, going around massacring 1,000 bad guys and then cooling off at John's with a tall fucking glass of fondue and then playing cards at the table is totally understandable in this setting because it's a cartoon.
In one particularly nonsensical scenario...
No, I bet they're probably going to come out with an update that'll allow you to turn on the, like, actual colors. Wouldn't that be really cool? You can have, like, that old style... Dude, that would be so cool. I'm sorry, that would be so cool. I would replay the entire game.
Jack inadvertently burns down an opera house to save a guy running for mayor, and he ends up fighting an opera singer and shoots her? Is she dead? Did I just kill an actress for being...
Oh yeah, she's dead as shit. You know why? Because she's running at you with a spear and she's trying to kill you. Yeah, if you don't want to get blasted in the face a bunch, don't run at somebody with a spear and try to kill them. How about that? Are we really having to like sit here and like entertain this mental
angry I burned down her workplace? If I didn't, have I left her alive and unconscious inside a burning building?
Billy Stone did get blown to Kino.
Definitely did. I mean, look at all that ink, boy. Look at all that ink. She gonzo.
Mouse PI for hire doesn't tell me, and it doesn't seem to care either way.
So wait a minute, you played the entire game, and that's what you care about?
To say that noir cannot or should not be violent, but the violence usually.
What about hold on, wait. I mean, you're not done talking about realism, right? What about the fact that the mouse uses its tail to fly? What about that? Oh, what about the double jump where you just jump in midair? I mean, clearly, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, you have to accept what you're saying. Like, we got to go down the rabbit hole, man. You can't like stick your toe in it and go half-assed the minute you get a nibble, bro. You got to go down the whole rabbit hole. What about the fact that the guns, when you want to reload them, you take a handful of ammo and throw it into the gun? How about that? Oh, that doesn't seem very real. You understand, like, the disconnect whenever you try to apply this to the rest of the game? Come on.
Purpose. Much of Elliot Chase's seminal novel Black Wings Has My Angel is about robbing an armored car, but the book builds to that.
No one gives a flying fuck about your stupid-ass PI fucking books, bro. I've never seen a PI anything. I don't give a fuck. No one cares, guy. There's a reason why they don't make these movies and shows and shit like this anymore anyway. It's because it wasn't selling. No one cares.
Deal when it finally happens, and the characters have to reckon with the fallout once it does. Jack Pepper, on the other hand, is a walking catastrophe, and nobody in Mouseburg seems to care.
Because it is a cartoon. Why didn't Wile E. Coyote end up in jail for life for being a fucking terrorist blowing up everything? Why did Elmer Fudd not die a million times with everything Bugs Bunny did to him? Why does every cartoon character that have an anvil or grand piano fall on their head like Pepe Le Pew not die right there? Why do they come back? Because it's a cartoon, man. And this is not supposed to be a serious noir comparable to the actual noir properties that he's referencing. This is more a cartoon than a noir, and it's using that aesthetic, blending both of them.
It's just a theme for the gameplay, man. It's just a theme. Like, it's just a fucking theme, man.
Together, and I think it does it extremely well. It's such a weird complaint. Like, I really think this is just so odd. Again, the score isn't even that bothersome to me.
That's what made me think that he didn't want to give the score that it got, but, like, he had to come up with a reason, and he was just trying to rage bait everybody and make the company see how stupid it is. That's kind of what it seems like to me, I'm not gonna lie. That's genuinely what it feels like. It feels like IGN preemptively gave the score, and the guy that has to play the game and do the actual, like, output of the review had to give reasons for it being a 6. Like, it was never his choice. And he just kind of grasped onto that and gave it what it was. That's what it feels like. That's the only thing I can come to. Because, like, how do you see a game that's a cartoon that is clearly, like, a play in itself of being a cartoon, and you come to this conclusion that, oh, well, it doesn't feel real enough? Dude, like, what?
I'm sure people have played this and they're like, it's not really for me. The writing, doesn't make me laugh, and I don't love the shooting, and, it's the same enemies are repeated tons of times. It's not like there's a ton of enemy variety, and it doesn't really challenge you to be switching weapons constantly like other boomer shooters, so, maybe I'd give it a 6. I could understand that, and I'm sure there are people that have that take. That's not the issue. The reason why this review is getting dunked on by a lot of people, and now I'm yapping about it so much, is because the reason that he's giving for it being a 6 is solely because it seems he just really wanted to be a serious noir, and the fact that it's silly and plays by cartoon rules instead of noir rules bothered him so much that it knocks it all the way to a 6, despite everything else being good, like all of the actual gameplay, which he makes a mention of. It's just odd. It's so weird.
Bro found a cross and he's trying to die on it. He's like, I've got to stand up and fight for all the PI shows out there, the old black and white and boomer-tastic things that, I've got to stand up for them and give this game a shitty score because I'm a little bitch.
He
That's what it
largely
sounds
gets
like.
to go about
That's what
his
it sounds
business
like.
and is portrayed as a down-on-his-luck everyman PI, like the characters who inspired him, when he is, at best, a mass murderer. Does that make for a more fun video game? Maybe. But it's bad noir and a worse detective tale.
There's no maybe there. It does make for a better game when the game is supposed to be entirely revolving around boomer
No, and that's
shooter.
fine. You don't have to play this game. That's fine. But whenever you see the trailer for a game like this, and you expect it to be anything else, I don't know what the hell you, like, what do you expect, man? It's a cartoon. It's a cartoon game.
Action. That is the main meat here. And no, it doesn't make it a bad detective game, because very few people are going to be looking at it through this lens of, ruined my immersion in the mouse world here, because Jack killed so many bad guys and he didn't go to jail, and no one even really seemed to care about all the bad guys that were dying. And then when he was talking to that brain in the jar, it's like brains can't even speak. Like, how does that make sense? It's dumb to even have that complaint, man. It doesn't make it a bad detective story. It is fully sensible in this cartoon world.
But Will, you might say, this is a goofy Looney Tunes FPS. Why should I care about any of that? And the answer is because Mouse wants you to. It wants you to believe that this is important. You spend a lot of time talking about these characters, about putting together the clues you need to get to the bottom of what's going on, about Jack's motivation for doing the work. He allegedly needs the money, which both leads him to taking cases and doesn't track when I'm super rich from all the killing.
Oh my god, it's like it's the first video game he's ever played. He is now using the fact that you collect currency when you kill the bad guys as a way of saying, now the story doesn't make sense because I'm no longer down on my luck. I got so much money, I'm rich, look at my inventory. Brother, what? And he's dreadfully misunderstood the game if he thinks that
it's intentional misunderstanding, too. I mean, let's be honest here. It's on purpose. It's on purpose to disenfranchise the game and make it to where it doesn't get as many sales. Just like Crimson Desert.
Seriously, at no point throughout the 10 hours I've spent with it so far have I even had a whiff, the slightest huff of something that's supposed to be taken seriously as like an emotional beat. Because at every step of the way, even during like a big reveal and like a big betrayal of someone that we looked up to, it is used as slapstick comedy when you actually get there and confront them. It is always being silly, because that's what cartoons do. Well, at least the cartoons that this is paying homage to. And like he mentions, it tries to get you invested because you spend a lot of time with them. Yeah, man. That's because that's called a good game that has a lot to do. You get to interact with the characters, you get to talk to them, you get to learn about them, and that's exactly fun. And it's always entertaining camaraderie between them. But that doesn't mean that it needs to be taken to the utmost level of seriousness like in the noir properties that you're referencing, because that's not what it goes for. And I don't know how he could possibly get that impression when he was playing it. I really don't know. I don't get it.
Mouse PI for Hire nails
It just seems like, to me, the guy wanted a PI game, and for whatever reason, he was blindly misled into believing that this game was going to be that for him. Go play Shadows of Doubt, and then come back and make a good review. Because the review and the reasons for the review score were absolute dog shit, and everybody knows it. The entire internet sees it. And I think that people are just tired of it. Seriously, they're just straight up tired of it. Okay. Okay, here we go.
The mod team. This is actually, like, in my opinion, kind of crazy drama to have happen. So, statement.
So I guess a streamer, one of their moderators or something like that, had come forward saying that they had view-botted Extra Emily.
From the mod team. Yesterday, a post about Extra Emily and a website, viewbot.ai, was posted on this subreddit, the original thread. So this is the original post right here. Removed by a moderator. Harassment, unsourced allegations. So, and by the way, the unsourced allegation was literally just a link, right? Like, it was literally, like, this is the Not good. And anyway, so
we really want to. I don't really care about this. Let's move on from this. I don't really give a shit. So Nick Shirley, because you know Nick Shirley, because it's Nick Shirley, Nick Shirley, by the way, independent journalist, is down in California asking these senators why they're signing the Stop Nick Shirley Act. And I saw a short of one response. And boys, let me tell you what. These motherfuckers are trying to shut down American freedom as we know it. Yes, sir. As we know it.
I think you're a psycho scam artist.
They don't want to end their fraud
Nick Shirley. Independent journalist. Go get him, Nick Shirley.
racket. A lot of the politicians, they benefit from the political organizations, and so they want this racket to continue. They don't want the truth to get out.
Stop fraud investigations, but you're the one who signed off and you're a co-author of it. Here in California, they are trying to pass the Stop Nick Shirley Act. The official title of this bill is AB 2624, and today we're going to be confronting the legislature.
Make sure you got your typing fingers ready, boys. I can smell the trolls afoot. The last time we covered this, there were a lot of people got down in the comments and were like, oh, but it's just going to change this one thing. No, it's not. I read the article twice. Nick Shirley's down there covering it now. I'm sure he's going to explain a little bit more about what exactly it's going to do. Just be ready. Here they come.
Legislators that are trying to pass this bill, and if this bill were to get passed, instead of going after the fraudsters, they're trying to make it criminal to go after the people that are committing this fraud.
Exactly. They're ready to spend money to pass a bill as quickly and as silently as possible to stop independent journalists from uncovering more fraud in their states instead of just stopping the fraud.
For instance, it would become criminal to film and reveal info on taxpayer-funded immigration services like healthcare, which would include daycare, hospices. It also covers counseling services, translation services, and immigration legal services.
That's right.
So for instance, if the Quality Learning Center was inside of California, it would be illegal to expose them. It would make it illegal to film government-funded NGOs. And this bill essentially wants to shield the info of immigrant support services from the public. So your tax dollars, you'd have no idea where it's going because it would then become confidential and you would not be able to see how much money that NGO is getting if it's going towards immigrant services. And what makes this bill super interesting is the lady who created this bill, her name is Mia Bonta. Her husband is the Attorney General of California named Rob Bonta. You cannot make this up. So you have the Attorney General who's supposed to prosecute and go after the fraudsters, and then
This seems like a conflict of interest. This seems like a fucking problem. Hold on, wait a minute.
you have his wife who's trying to pass bills to go after the people exposing the fraud. Like, seriously, this is absolutely crazy. And the AG, Rob Bonta, just a few days ago said they were cracking down on the fraud way before certain people came into the States.
Well, if that was the case, then why was there so much of it whenever he showed up? It doesn't look like you were cracking down at all. It looks like you were allowing it, permitting it to continue and slurp up taxpayer dollars and put foreigners into multi-billion-dollar mansions. That's what it looks like to me. I mean, there's a reason why if you go to Nick Shirley's Twitter, he's got 380 million views on one video alone, and the reason why he had to post it on Twitter first is because he knew that it wouldn't get taken down like it did instantaneously on YouTube. Huh.
We've been doing it successfully before certain people in this country decided to think about it for the first time.
However, it was only after I exposed over $100 million in fraud they actually made any arrest here inside of California. Let's say this bill gets passed. What could happen to you if you expose fraud or go and look into immigration services? Well, you could receive a $4,000 fine underneath a civil fine, a $10,000 fine if it's criminal, and a $50,000 fine if it becomes a felony. You may also face potential imprisonment and your content be forced to be taken down. This is a complete violation of the First Amendment as they're trying.
It's a violation of the First Amendment. Like, that's absolutely what it is. It's censoring of the. It's taking away freedom of the press. What are we doing? How is this even like? And I love that these people were bitching and complaining in Minneapolis about the fucking rights, but they're literally about to pass. They're trying to pass. They're not about to do anything. They're trying to pass this bill that's going to censor independent journalism. That's exactly what it's going to fucking do.
To take down and suppress your own speech, make it so you can't film in public, which is taking away your freedom of press.
And if he's making fake videos, then why don't they just ignore him? Why is it that they're actually trying to alter the Constitution to make sure that this guy doesn't continue to publish videos? That should be a pretty big indicator that he's not faking any of his content. If people in the government are trying to actively pass a new law that will disenfranchise and bully the press into, or not even the press, independent journalists like Nick Shirley, into no longer being able to publish content like that, that should be a pretty big indicator that his videos aren't fake. That he is a very serious threat to everything they're doing in this country. And if you're too fucking ignorant to see that, you probably should find another chat.
There's a whole lot of issues with this bill, and today we're going to be confronting those that co-authored, signed, and passed this bill. And so truly, every single day here in America, you are learning more and more
4 billion views? Go get him, Nick Shirley. Go get him, big dog.
The fraud that is taking place. And if you want to become a member of the Anti-Fraud Club and help me as I go all about the country to expose this fraud, go join at antifraudclub.com. It is completely free, and hoodies are also available on the site. And really quick, let's go speak with an assemblyman who knows more about this bill before we go and confront them. Now let's get into the video. What's the truth about the Stop Nick Shirley Act?
So you've heard a lot of people trying to call you a liar. Why don't we just read the bill? I think that's what everybody just needs to know. So in this section
Nick fucking Shirley
of AB 2624, which we call the Stop Nick Shirley Act, it says a person, business, or association shall not publicly post or publicly display, disclose, or distribute on the internet or social media the internet, the personal information or image of a designated immigration support service provider, employee, or volunteer if that individual or individual entity or organization authorized on the act of their behalf. And that's just some of the language.
And what does that mean, immigration support services provider?
You're see, and that is where the devil is in the details. Designated Immigration Support Services Facility means a facility where immigration support services are provided, including, but not limited to, nonprofit organization offices, Department of Justice recognized entities, community legal clinics, law offices, accredited representative sites that provide immigration legal services, and healthcare facilities.
Holy shit. Look at that. I guess the proof is in the pudding, isn't it? Holy shit. Boy, they just got a little law for everything down there, don't they? Man, look at that. Oh, shit. Holy shit. That means that the daycare, the daycare fraud, the fucking hospices, the health insurance facilities.
They threw that into designated immigration support service facilities, healthcare facilities.
And healthcare is at the very bottom of this. Mm-hmm. But that's where a lot of the fraud's taking place, inside of Medi-Cal. For instance, the hospices, the daycares are with CalWorks, but
holy shit.
Anything to have to do with immigrants, essentially, could not and is actually punishable.
You're 100% right. And that's where, again, the devil is in the details. Their definition of harassment is repeated, unreasonable, and unwelcome conduct. What is unwelcome conduct? Simply you asking questions today, can that be considered unwelcome? What do they mean by things that you could generally fear? So if they say the words, I was harassed by Nick Shirley, if you were out videotaping a hospice, you would fall under this because healthcare facilities is a designated immigration support service facility. That is part of the definition. It is written here that if you post this online and they give you a demand made under that paragraph, shall be effective for 4 years, where you could be punished. So what people really need to know is that the state of California is deciding to punish the journalists out there that are doing the work and exposing the fraud instead of punishing the fraudsters in a government that diminishes transparency, has something to hide.
And what are some
it's
more
obvious they have something to hide. They're trying to replace the minority voter base with all these illegals that they're importing in, and then they're using the healthcare money that they're getting to say that you're going to vote for whatever we want you to vote for. I mean, that's what's going on here.
crazy
it's
things
obvious
about this bill?
There's a section in this bill that says any records or documents pertaining to a program participant shall be held confidential.
That is insane, bro. That is fucking crazy.
So there are workarounds in this bill that will hide information that if you wanted to find online the Quality Leering Center, all of these areas can be now moved around and shifted. They are making it harder to find the people's money when we should be making it easier. When we have already proven that in 3 cases alone in the state of California, $500 million in fraud. Thank you for that.
And so essentially an NGO or a daycare, anything that falls underneath immigration support providers, their information would then become confidential.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly right, is that they can hide it because they have changed the definitions. Designated Immigration Support Services Facility also includes healthcare facilities, also includes nonprofit organizations, and not only that, areas that the Department of Justice actually recognizes those entities. It's such a broad thing, so you can...
Yeah, it's vague on purpose so that way they can censor everybody. It's vague like that on purpose. And you know what's really fucking scary about this? What's really scary about this is that they can use this, if it gets passed in a single state, to censor other independent journalists from other states. Kind of like New York has done with for fuck's sake, Steam and counterterrorism, CSGO. Kind of like that. How New York is suing Steam for the loot boxes in Counter-Strike, and now they've changed the gambling system in Counter-Strike. So if I post a video, or better yet, a better example would be Tyler Oliveira posts a video where he goes to, I don't know, Texas and uncovers a bunch of healthcare fraud, and he posts it on YouTube. Somebody from California could immediately strike that video, and because YouTube, a place like YouTube, has this like immediate fire first, ask questions later policy, it would immediately count as a strike towards the channel, and it would be the immediate censorship of that exposure. You get what I'm saying? And it would also hurt the channel. And it's the same thing with, like, if you post something like that, and then someone from California, a representative, decides that they're going to sue you now to try and suppress you even more, so they're going to slap lawsuit you, right? You find out, you figure out really quickly how dangerous something like this is if it got passed. It becomes dangerous very quickly.
Cover everything. And then when you look at those definitions, when I read you the bill, I am reading the physical bill. So when they call you a liar, how are you lying? How, when you have all of the information in front of you? And it's a front. When you sit down and you actually talk about it, you know it's a coordinated effort to steal from the people of California.
In that same day, an assemblyman, Carl DeMaio, brought forth a motion to push for more transparency on this bill. However, it was then shut down by the Democrats inside of the assembly to not give any more transparency. And as I was explaining this, one of the co-authors passed by, and it was now my time to confront these
Here we go. Go get him, big dog. Go get him.
Who are pushing forth this bill. Here's one of the authors of the bill. How are you guys doing? We just want to ask you about the bill and why you guys would pass this bill that really is an attack on free speech.
I am not even sure what you're talking about.
Really?
You said an author. I don't think
yes,
I'm an
did you
author.
pass out, did you sign to pass this bill? The AB 26?
No, I don't know what
24?
you're talking about.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
How is it that you're trying to... You don't even know who Nick Shirley is, and you're just signing shit. You don't even know what the fuck you're signing, and you're just signing it. You don't even know who Nick Shirley is, which means that you have no idea what's going on as far as the fraud goes, because you haven't seen anything. But you're just signing shit.
Oh.
You do not.
No,
Are
you
you
guys
serious?
are just talking about something.
We're talking about something random. Okay. Sasha, how are you doing? We just want to ask you about the bill AB 2624. Why would you sign off on that? It's a direct violation of the First Amendment, and it makes it harder for people to expose fraud here.
We have Ledge Council. They check the constitutionality of all our bills as we're writing them. I work on fraud issues. You'd know that if you look at some of the work I did on the budget subcommittee.
Amazing. So Mia Bonta, her husband's the Attorney General of the Attorney General of California, and it was only until
So what's happening here is that the Attorney General that checks the Constitution part of that is automatically pushing stuff through for these people to sign, and some of them actually think that it doesn't violate the Constitution. It does. It is a direct violation of the Constitution. It's censoring of speech. It's a censoring of the press. And by the way, if you're wondering, independent journalism does fall under the press. They just don't get as many they just don't get as many privileges as actual press does. It's still a form of being under the press. And it's crazy that they don't even read what the fuck they're signing. Like, if you just read what it said is in the bill, you would immediately come to the conclusion that it's a violation of the First Amendment. You would. It's completely fucking obvious. But instead, we've got all these people that are just signing shit, don't even know what the fuck they're signing, have no idea what's going on because they live in these big gated communities, don't give a fuck what's going on, to be quite frank, and they're just signing shit. Like, it's crazy. It's insanity.
Expose fraud, that they actually cracked down on the fraud and made some arrests here, especially with the hospices. And do you know that if this bill were to pass, it'd make it illegal for someone to go after fraud, especially if it's based off of immigrants, for instance, Armenians in California?
No, I think that that's a misinterpretation of the bill, but I'm happy to talk with you more about it. And fraud and investigations into fraud are something that's been happening for a very long time. The Attorney General handles those cases. This is an ongoing...
Oh, really? The Attorney General handles those cases? Well, isn't that convenient? Man, it sounds to me like that state needs a new Attorney General, huh? Interesting. So they handle the fraud. They also handle any conflicts with the Constitution. Man, y'all sure do believe in having a type of king, huh? That's interesting. How come everything bottlenecks to that one person?
That the wife of the Attorney General, Mia Bonta, is now pushing this bill that literally goes against the First Amendment.
No, I actually don't. I don't think that this bill violates the First Amendment. I mean,
Really?
that's the whole purpose. We have Ledge Council and Ledge attorneys that talk with us about this. Constitutionality is really important to the work.
So your bill criminalizes publication of images recorded in public. Do you believe the government has the right to punish journalists for filming in public space?
No, I think that is a complete...
Well, that's because that's a violation of the Constitution. If you had read it before you signed it, you would know that. So you just said that it wasn't what he said it was. He just read you a section of it, and you immediately, like, bro.
Interpretation of actually the piece of legislation.
That is not. That's literally what would happen. Speaker Rivas, how are you doing? What do you think about the Stop Nick Shirley Act, AB 2624?
I don't know anything about it.
And do you think there's any conflict of interest?
He don't know anything about it, but he signed it. That's crazy. Wow.
Mia Bonta and her husband being the AG. That just shows you everything you need to know. These people won't even answer the questions. So you signed off, you're a co-author of the AB 2624 bill. What made you want to sign off on this bill that would literally make it so NGOs don't have to disclose their money?
Yeah, we'd have to go back and look at the materials from that committee hearing.
Okay, and what for instance, just answer the question. Why does your bill apply to organizations receiving taxpayer money? Shouldn't publicly funded entities have more transparency, not less?
Restate the question?
Yeah, so...
Yeah, they don't even know what they're signing. They don't even know what the... Like, this dude is like, what? They don't even know... And this is a good thing, by the way. So, some of you may not have seen Evan Almighty. Or it's either Evan or Bruce Almighty, where he builds Noah's Ark. Some of these people sign shit because they're just told to sign it. There was a scene in that movie where a reporter comes up and brings up all the bad things that the senator is trying to push when it comes to the bill that he needs to sign to put into effect in that state, right? Some of these people have no idea what the fuck they're signing. So Nick Shirley doing this may open some of their eyes to realize, holy shit, this is really bad. Because some of them just sign it and they don't even realize what they're signing. You really think they're going to sit there and read every single fucking bill they pass? They should, but they're not going to.
Less.
Restate the question?
Yeah, so entities that receive money from the government, shouldn't there be more transparency and not less?
And that's the thing that gives them immediate protection, it's because they're receiving funding from the government. Those daycares were getting funding from the government, the hospices were getting funding from the government, which means they will automatically be protected by this, even if it's fraud. And that's the crazy part about it.
I think we want to make sure that we are being accountable to public funds.
Yes, and so you sign off on a bill that would make that harder to have transparency.
Well, I don't think I see it that way. I think that we're making sure that, all of our systems are able to get the money out to community and that there's transparency and accountability incorporated.
How is there transparency if you immediately censor and threaten to throw someone in jail for showing active fraud? How have you come to that conclusion?
But you're literally signing off on a bill that would make it for less transparency, sir.
That's debatable, and I don't
It's
agree.
not debatable. They're going for immigration-based services. They're trying to make it harder for money to be disclosed.
Thanks.
Look, they just run off.
Oh,
How are you doing?
I just want to say hi. So, great work. Very
Thank you.
proud of what you're doing.
And how come you think that they're just sign off on a bill that would make it harder for organizations that receive taxpayer dollars to be...
Don't agree with it. I think you're on the right track. This is an attack. It should not be. It's not right. You're doing well.
Yo,
Thank you.
W senators.
You're a co-author of the Stop Nick Shirley Act.
Oh, God,
Nick
another
Shirley, man.
one.
You signed off on the AB 2624 Act. Can you tell us about what you did on that?
I don't even know who you are.
Well, my name's Nick Shirley. But either way, can you tell me about this assembly bill you're trying to pass?
Shirley?
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
But could you please just answer any question about the AB 2624 bill? A lot of people are worried about that it's going to stop fraud investigations. But you're the one who signed off and you're a co-author of it.
And no one wants to talk to your fucking team. Why are you signing off on shit you don't read?
These people are crazy. They can't even...
And it's always the same answer, too. Like, some of them are genuinely just stupid. There's been, like, 2 people that think they know what the bill's about, and then the rest of them have just been like, I don't remember it, I don't know. I just, they're just signing shit, don't even know what the fuck it is.
Answer your questions about the bills that they're co-authoring. Hello, Mr. Lowenthal. How are you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Doing great. How do you feel about proposing a bill that would put $10,000 fines and potential jail time for publishing a video from a parking lot?
Wait, can you say that to me again? Let me
Yeah, so
understand that a
AB
little bit
2624,
Okay.
if a journalist were to go and investigate fraud in an immigrant service company, essentially, from the government that receives taxpayer dollars, they could potentially risk receiving a $10,000 fine with this bill you guys are trying to pass.
Well, I need to read the bill.
But you signed off on the bill. You passed the bill.
What do you mean I passed the bill?
There it is. There it is, right there. What have I been saying this whole video? Been saying it the whole fucking video, too.
I don't understand.
It's gone through two...
Whole video.
It's gone through 2 times, and it's been passed.
What 2 times? Where are you referring to? Are you referring to committees?
Yes.
Which committees?
I can tell you right here if you give me a second. But
speaking of committee, I'm in the privacy committee right now, but I don't think that bill has passed before my committee.
he's a co-author of it. He's a co-author of that bill. What's your thoughts on this AB 2624 bill? Any response? Like, what would make you guys want to pass this?
Thank you.
Do you think it makes it harder for fraud to get discovered here in the United States? Why can't you guys just answer our questions? You guys are the ones who are signing off on these bills. So what do you think about the Stop Nick Shirley Act, AB 2624? You don't know much about it? Or?
I don't know if I know that.
Oh, well, can I tell you?
You signed off on it, but you don't know what it is. Bro, this is fucking polarizing. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit.
A little bit about it.
I'm okay.
So, you should know. You should know about it though, because it's kind of your job. So
yeah, it's your fucking job, lady. What are we doing, bro? These people are making bills that fucking fuck the country up.
Stop Nick Shirley Act. What it does is it shields immigrant. Oh, all right, we can keep following you. The Stop Nick Shirley Act shields immigration nonprofit workers from public record disclosure. It criminalizes publishing images and videos of covered workers, even taken in public, grants covered orgs power to demand video takedowns, imposes a $4,000 civil, $10,000 criminal, $50,000 felony fines per violation, applies to taxpayer-funded organizations. Would you support a bill that allows all that to take place? It is your job. Would you support a bill? Yes or no, ma'am?
Can you take
Thank you, baby. It was so good to meet you. I hope you have a great day.
Ma'am, you're literally working for us, but you won't even answer our own questions. Like, these people get paid by our tax dollars, yet they can't even answer anything.
They're getting paid by our tax dollars to fucking take away freedom of the press. You know what's crazy is I'm surprised that there aren't a shitload of people from Minneapolis down here protesting this. That's interesting to me that they don't really seem to give a flying fuck about the Constitution. What? Did I hear them cherry picking out words that they can use to be violent rioters in Minneapolis? Wow, that gets fucking answered to me every day. They literally were causing violent riots in Minneapolis because they thought that these idiots that cherry picked out specific words in the Constitution, put them together and said that they're violating these people's Constitution. Yet they're actively here violating the fucking Constitution with this bill that they're trying to pass into law. What the fuck? Bro, this is
super
crazy.
important. People have a lot of questions about the AB 2624 Act,
So this bill,
aka the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Tell us about it.
well, there is no Stop Nick Shirley Act, but the author's not here today, but I hope you can find her.
But you're the co-author of this.
I'm a co-author of many, many bills that protect vulnerable communities in California.
Good, so you should know a lot about this bill. For instance,
I love how they live in multi-million-dollar mansions and have brand new luxury vehicles, and they're the fucking victims. That is fucking crazy to me. That is insanity.
Many, many bills that protect vulnerable communities in California.
Good, so you should know a lot about this bill. For instance, it shields immigration.
Hold on one. Hey.
I hate to disrupt the phone call, but this is important. Wait, come on. Look at that. These guys really just don't want to answer any of the questions. These people won't even answer questions about the bills they're co-authoring.
Welcome to Sacramento. You know, I appreciate you exposing waste, fraud, and abuse. It is.
Fuck that. It's America. Fuck Sacramento. Sacramento wouldn't exist without the federal government and all these taxpayers, man, paying for these buildings and shit. That's crazy. What? They wouldn't even have their positions if it had not been for the taxpayers.
In California, just like in Minnesota, and if it wasn't for independent journalists like you, that would not be happening in our state. And I applaud you for doing it, and welcome to Sacramento.
Well, these people are literally signing off on these bills, and they're acting like they don't have any idea what it is, when it really is a direct violation of the First Amendment.
Most of them don't read the bills, but they know what it is. The people that you talk to that co-authored the bill, they know what it is.
It's criminal. And then to think that they're getting paid from the taxpayers of California, yet they can't even answer any questions about these bills that they are co-authors of.
A lot of times when the media will approach them, they deflect often, and that's just the job that they do, and they'll continue to vote. And it's ironic, like I'm the author of SB 14. It's made it a strikeable offense to make sex trafficking of a minor a strike offense in the state of California. And Mia Bonta, we had to get the governor engaged to reverse her decision on the committee to not criminalize sex traffickers, but she wants to criminalize you. That's an ironic situation, huh?
That is very ironic. So, the AG's wife, the Attorney General's wife, Mia Bonta, she wanted to protect sex traffickers.
She voted, she wouldn't vote, and she did not pass a bill in committee a couple of years ago to make sex trafficking a minor child a serious strikeable offense. So if you get a strike and 3 strikes, your life in prison. She wouldn't vote for it. The governor engaged in that process. The next week they passed it out of committee, but she wouldn't criminalize sex traffickers, but she'll criminalize people like you.
That is insane.
That is fucking crazy, bro. Holy shit.
Mia Bonta, she sounds like quite the lady.
You should meet her one day.
She didn't show up to her own job today, Mia Bonta, didn't it?
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, is this Scott Wiener right here?
Yep, yes he is.
Yes.
Scott Wiener, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Man, what a name. He looks like a fucking wiener. Jesus.
Doing great. Can you
What the actual fuck is that?
your
Welcome
opinion?
to the Capitol.
Thank you very much. Can you give us your opinion really quick on AB 2624?
I think you're a psycho scam artist, so
You think
have
I
a
am?
good time.
Please disclose how you think that.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Man, that seems like an average comment that I have in my channel every day. That's crazy, isn't it?
Look how they just run away. These guys are fools. It would suck to have the last name Wiener anyways. So right there, you have literal co-authors who will not give answers to the bill that they are a part of. Some even said they aren't even co-authors of the bill. And now let's see what the public has to say, and later we'll be speaking with the man, Carl DeMaio, who is in support of getting rid of the Stop Nick Shirley.
I haven't pulled that many people up today. I pulled up one and just perma-banned him. So, let's see, who was it? Where did it go? I pulled somebody up to get rid of the Democratic Party in California. Channel. Where's it at? Oh, hold on, wait. There we go. That's the problem. Jonathan Ham. John Upham. So what information do you have about Nick Shirley that makes him a scam artist? Where did you get this information from? You've been very vocal, so surely you won't have a problem answering that question, right? Let's see if this person's answers are just like the individuals at that place where Nick was questioning people. Where did it go? Right here. Activity. Nothing? Man, how come it is that whenever someone is very vocal in the comments and then they get pulled out, they roach out like a fucking pussy? I'm calling you a pussy, by the way. You're not going to say anything about that? You was very vocal whenever you was calling people names, but now that you getting called a pussy, I certainly hope that you're not going to prove me right. His shit don't disprove by every news org that looked. So name one. Name one news organization and give me the name of the video.
The Trump administration says it is now withholding all federal child care funding to the entire state. The Trump administration says it is now withholding
Shocking and credible allegations of extensive fraud in Minnesota's child care programs. We believe the state of Minnesota has allowed scammers and...
Wow. Looks like CNN is not disproving Nick Shirley.
By the Somali community was retweeted by Elon Musk and Vice President. reports. DHS has posted multiple videos of agents.
Yeah, I am 100% sure I'm true.
CNN is looking into Shirley's
videos, purporting that some of these daycares don't have kids inside.
Minnesota
We can.
at the daycare where Shirley showed back up. A stream of children walk inside.
You're saying that this is a fraudulent daycare. There's kids being dropped. OJ is touting
If that's the case, then why is the daycare now shut down? How come it is that all these daycares stopped getting funding? They all stopped getting funding, and I didn't hear an outcry of parents. Why is that?
Back in 2022, the U.S. Attorney's Office for Minnesota announced 47 indictments for this massive fraud scheme. Since then, they've indicted more than 30 more people, and in total, they have secured at least...
So what you're telling me is that not only did Nick Shirley going down there stop the fraud and waste, but it also led to indictments and convictions of individuals who have obviously committed crimes. Wow. I'm going to really believe a biased CNN that's about to be taken over. Man, what's that like, living in your turtle shell? Is that it? Dude, Fox says Jesse Waters, ha ha ha, y'all dumb as fuck. Dude, I don't have to call you names. I'm just gonna permaban you because you're fucking stupid. But I'm gonna call you a name. Literally just showed you you said CNN. I went to CNN and then immediately, well, all of these things, but the indictments though. The fuck? Hello? You think I'm gonna believe what some shit fucking media says at the ass end of the internet, dude? They fucking shut down the fucking daycares and sent all of them to jail? What the fuck? But all the indictments. The fuck? And I'm the stupid one? Bro.
Act.
Bro's
and he'll
cooked.
explain just how
Bro's
dangerous
fucking
this
cooked.
bill actually is. Do you think they should pass the Stop Nick Shirley Act?
Absolutely not. We need to stop letting politicians get away with fraud and do better for the people of California here in this state.
And what's your message to Mia Bonta?
She needs to stay in her lane, stop writing BS bills, and let journalists do their job and find out the truth and give the money back to Californians.
And do you think there's a conflict of interest when the Attorney General, his wife, is creating laws to make it harder for people to expose fraud?
Yeah, that is a conflict of interest. I mean, come on, dude.
And right now on Polymarket, there's a 46% chance that the Stop Nick Shirley Act becomes law by June 30th.
It might happen here because you got some weird fools over here. I mean, seriously.
That's the truth of it, right?
Yeah.
And it only needs to pass in one state. If it passes in one state, it's going to be a domino effect to the other sanctuary cities. By the way, disgusting. And what's going to happen is they're going to use those states as a staple to take down information from other states. So, like, let's say you go to Minneapolis and they pass this law in California. Someone from California, a representative, is gonna effectively do the same shit for a Minneapolis. Like, let's say Nick Shirley goes back to Minneapolis and records a whole bunch of stuff, gets a bunch of information. Somebody from California could strike down the videos and the information from California, and it could be months, if not years, before the information's finally released through appeals courts and everything like that. It's not just a matter of censorship. It's a matter of withholding the information long enough to make somebody that's becoming a problem disappear. That's what this boils down to. It's a shoot first, ask questions later. That's what this is. It's not just that it's going to pass. If one of these states pass this bill, it's going to cook everything. And it's fucked, man. It's so fucked.
Absolutely insane. 46% chance that the Stop Nick Shirley Act becomes law, according to Polymarket right now. Insane.
Yeah.
I see what they've been doing towards you, and it's completely strange. You're just a local news.
You know why? You know why they're doing that? It's because they can't pay him off. That's why. They can't pay him off like a lot of the legacy media they've done. That's why they're doing that. They want to disenfranchise him because the information is already known. That's why. He exposed the fraud, and all they can do is try to disenfranchise him by calling him a liar. That's all they have.
And you're an amazing journalist, and then somehow they're just like throwing these bites out and like saying that you're this and that. So that's a very weird situation. We're Jesus believers, and we've been praying for the state, and we've been praying for you. He actually, when we were praying, he has sensed that, you know, this state has been drained in terms of wealth and in terms of abundance because of these people with the policies and the
Some gal on Wi-Fi, you in the wrong comments. How many of y'all in the comments Nick Shirley fans? Type yes if you're a Nick Shirley fan, or I am. When no one cares about you, you're a pissant. You see, when you come into my comments, you're going to see that if you don't have the same mentality as a lot of other people, you're not going to be here for very, very long. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. There you go. Look at that. You in the wrong comments. No one gives a fuck about what you think. But they care about what I think. They care about what Nick Shirley thinks. You are but a fucking a plankton in the sea here. If I were you, I'd be very careful. When you come into my comments and say, imagine being a Nick Shirley fan. Everyone's a Nick Shirley fan here. For the most part. There's a few little croppers, sure. But y'all were never going to actually watch the content anyway, so fuck you. No one cares about you. But if you do want to stick around, we're here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Every single day. Every single day. I am a 31-year-old man that has been a United States Postal Service driver. I've worked as a school bus driver, and I've also went to college and became a firefighter at one point. I fought fires. I am a full-grown man that has lived a very, diverse life.
bills that they've been passing.
So please sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. Every little bit helps, guys. We're here every day. Every single day. Check out the channel membership as well. And W constant viewers. W constant viewers.
I believe this is a very important year for California to be saved. Literally need to be saved and rescued from everything that had gone on for the last 4 to 5 years. Ever since with all these agendas going in and everything. And but we need people to pray, and we need people to speak out, and we need reformers.
We do have an actual...
You want proof? These are bunker gear gloves. I fought fire in these multiple times throughout my career. That's charring. That doesn't come off. Like... Yes, sir. That was the only thing that I could sneak away with during my time.
Conflict of interest when the Attorney General is married to someone who's trying to author a bill to essentially attack our freedom of speech.
My family's fucking dead, broski. It's just me. My mom died whenever I was 19. I didn't even get to attend the fucking funeral because she was in Louisiana while I was couch hopping around trying to fucking afford a life for myself. Told my dad when he was 6 to fuck off. I've been so dirt poor my entire fucking life. I haven't even had power in the places. The original place where I grew up didn't even have fucking floors. Like, I speak from experience. Whenever you have a household where taxes are taking most of your fucking income, so you can't afford anything.
No, I would consider this to be a textbook conflict of interest, and I would consider it to be extremely unethical. Every journalist across the country should be pissed right now because an attack on Nick Shirley's...
My fiance is in the other room enjoying her day off while I'm in here putting in some work. That's what she's doing. You don't need to worry about my fucking fiance, you fucking weird person. What you need to worry about is Nick Shirley, this bill, and me. Because if you get pulled up in the comments, you're gonna get cooked.
Attack on everybody. We need our freedom of speech. If we don't have our freedom of speech, what do we have? Next step, Second Amendment.
You're one of the few people who have opposed the Stop Nick Shirley Act. What made you oppose this bill?
Because I read the bill. I mean, it's as simple as that. You read the bill and you realize that it's against the First Amendment. It criminalizes.
Yeah, sitting in a chair, working on the computer is this thing called work. Have you never worked from home before? Do you not understand? Is it too complex for your smooth brain? Does the attention span not reach farther than a dirty dish plate? Have you never heard of this concept? People make a lot of money, like over $70,000 a year at home working on their computers. What do you mean? People do it all the fucking time, lobotomite. What are you talking about? Are you even American? Where do you hail from, alien? Did you really just ask me that? Dude, like, am I even supposed to take that comment serious? Do you have a brain? Fuck, it's like when it's past the point of being smooth. Do you have one attached to the stem in there? How have you not been naturally selected in life yet? Like, I don't get it. How? Do you use it at all? Do you know what it is? Do you know what a brain is? Like, what the fuck? Like, actually, this is the reason why I get headaches right here. This is what makes it worth pulling up an idiot that's like, sitting in a chair at home is work? Yeah, fucktard, it's work. People do it all the fucking time. Holy shit. Fuck! Jesus, man!
Journalists who take video and expose fraud, and that's what the bill's designed to do.
And they're trying to tell me I'm the stupid one. That's the best part. You are trying to tell me I'm the dumb one. Bro, I don't even have to say anything. I just pull you up.
Designed to keep secrets, to keep the public from knowing what's going on. They don't want to end their fraud racket. A lot of the politicians, they benefit from the political organizations and
Bro probably sitting in his chair right now blushing.
Contractors and grantees that are getting money and getting it fraudulently. And so they want this racket to continue. They don't.
I used to work 48 hours straight and have one day off in between. You're a fucking pussy. Whenever you work a job where overtime kicks in at 106 fucking hours, then you can come to me, pussy boy. How about that? When you work a job where you're saving people's lives and putting out fires at 3 in the fucking morning, then you can come to me, wuss boy. Don't talk to me about hours, bruh. I used to put in fucking insane hours. Come to me with that 70 hours bullshit, pussy boy. Work a real fucking job. How about that? How about that, pussy boy? That's your new name in chat, pussy boy. And you know what? Better yet, I'm gonna let chat decide your fate. How about that, pussy boy? Yo, chat, is this guy getting permit or not? Can't even blame me for this, pussy boy. You getting cooked. Oh no! Wow. Look at that. Pussy boy getting cooked. That's your new name, pussy boy. Man. You gotta sit here and attack the person spitting the facts because you can't attack the argument. You a little bitch, you a pussy boy. Oh, you got soft hands. Oh, work 70 hours. Oh, you a pussy. You a pussy, bruh. You a pussy. When you start carrying corpses at 4 a.m, come and talk to me, bitch. How about that? How about that, pussy boy? How about that? Damn. Looks like pussy boy cooked. He done. You done, bro. You banned. That's all there is to it. You done. That's it, pussy boy. Man, pussy boy didn't last very long. That's unfortunate. Pussy boy gone. Damn. There it is. W chat, by the way. If you like this, you like seeing people get roasted, pulled up in the chat, and made fun of, please sub to the channel. I'm here every day, putting in these hours, boys. And you know what? This ain't nowhere near as hard as firefighting, let me tell you that. Shit. And you know what's sad? Is this guy did that under the intention that I had said that this was the hardest. This is the easiest job I've ever fucking had. You don't realize how good it is to sit in this chair and get paid to do this by y'all, by the way. W viewers, I don't say this enough. I don't think I'll ever say this enough. W subs, W constant viewers that show up every day, W viewers that pop in here and there, leave a like on the stream. Please like the stream. W new subbers, W channel members, check out that channel member. Get that got good, boys. You got to get the got good. With those exclusive emotes. W peoples. Y'all keep me in this chair. And you know what? It's people like Nick Shirley that give me the hope that we can finally put these fucking schizos that are signing these bills in jail. That's where they need to go. You sitting here signing a bill that censors the Constitution, it's time for you to go to jail.
To get out. That's why they got the Stop Nick Shirley.
Fucking treason, capital punishment. You want to sign a bill that disenfranchises the Constitution, or you want to sign a bill that takes rights away for people that have lived here their whole lives and their families have lived here their whole lives? Treason with capital punishment, especially if it's for a foreign country.
Act. I mean, when I looked at it, I said,
that's what needs to
clearly,
happen.
If Nick Shirley had been in California and visited one of our Somali leering centers with no daycares and no kids or a fake hospice, if this bill were enacted, he would be literally hauled into court, injunctive relief, restraining orders, and a lot of money would be penalized to any investigative journalist. They're trying to bully up front, and if anyone has the audacity to videotape and post fraud, to bankrupt them. This is all about bullying and bankrupting citizen journalists.
And I don't say that to be like, oh, well, I was this firefighter. I don't give a fuck about any of that, bro. I know what it's like to bust your ass to make a living. And you know why I stopped fighting fires? It's because after I went to college and took on student loan debt, because I was disenfranchised as a white male, I couldn't get a scholarship even though my family was dirt poor. I don't even know my extended family. All I knew was my mom and my fucking dad. And my dad was a pill popper drug addict. And my mom worked for dirt. She had to sue the United States government to get Social Security after 2 heart attacks and a fucking stroke. And they bust these motherfuckers in and give them these welfare programs, give them health care, and give them transportation, give them free food and money. But as an American who's been here my entire life, who's had family in the service, had a great-grandfather or a great-uncle that had skin cancer from the bombs they dropped on Hiroshima, and I had a fucking grandfather that died because of the asbestosis he breathed in from Vietnam, I deserve more rights than those motherfuckers do. Because my family served in the military, I shouldn't have to worry about me or my kids going to pay for college. This is bullshit. And as a veteran, if you served in the military, you shouldn't even have to worry about fucking pulling a Social Security check for disability. You should just be handed a fat fucking check in a house for serving your country. But they want to bust these motherfuckers in and give them everything and then disenfranchise the media and violate your constitution for what? So they can build a voter base and stay in power. That's why. Fuck them. Don't sit here and act like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Can you imagine how outrageous it is to have an organization committing fraud, Somali leering centers with no kids or fake hospices? You show up and
I stopped fighting fires because I realized that no matter how many days I was forced to work past my 24-hour, 48-hour shift, which turned into a 48-hour, 24-hour shift, whenever I tried to get a fucking house, I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford it. I was making $67,000 a year. They told me with how many hours I was going to be forced to work, I'd make well over 100. Well over 100. Some of those firefighters had to get 2 fucking paid departments. Some of those guys literally never go home. They live at fire stations.
Capture the evidence of their misdoings. The operator, the fraudster, hands you a business card that just simply says, I hereby insist that you not post the video. That's all they have to do under the law. You then do the right thing. You post the video so the public knows what's going on with their money, and they haul you into court and fine you and penalize you for breaking the law. That's the way they're going to weaponize this bill against citizen journalists. And we can't.
You ain't even worth the breath, guy.
Allow it to happen. It's against
just
the
a piss
First
ant.
Amendment.
Bye.
It will ultimately, if passed, get overturned in the Supreme Court. But in the meantime, it's a chilling of free speech.
I love haters. You know what I do with haters? I take haters and turn them into content and make money off of your stupidity. You get farmed. You're sheep in my machine. We may be goy in the big sheep machine that is the US, but you're my sheep whenever you enter this chat. I turn you into content and I make money off of your stupidity. That's what I do. Really? Prove it. Why? I mean, I did show the glove earlier. I'm not going to do it again because I don't have to. I don't have to prove anything to you. I don't fucking care what you think. You know why I don't care what you think? Because you're permanent. This is my channel, bruh. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Maybe one day, sure. But I don't have to. The fuck? Some of y'all, like, and the ones that actually have some common sense, that actually, show up, and some of y'all that don't show up every day, that's fine. That's okay. But, like, some of the people that just get into comments to attack my person, me, instead of attacking the argument, you just show how fucking stupid you are. You're just stupid. You don't want to attack the argument. You want to attack the person bringing the argument. You want to attack how I look. You want to attack my life. You want to be like, oh, mommy, mommy, mommy. My mom's dead, fool. She's dead and gone. She's dead and gone. But you can attack the argument. If you've got anything to say about the argument, by all means. But, like, if all you're going to do is sit here and call me names, then I'm going to make a show out of you. You're going to be the entertainment for the evening, bitch. That all you got? You know why I talk this way? It's because most of my friends, whenever I was in Louisiana, were black. I probably used the N-word more than they did. That doesn't make me racist. That makes me their friend. You know why? Because I don't see skin color. That's why. That's why. I don't see an African American. I don't see an Asian American. I don't see a Mexican or Hispanic American. You know what I see whenever I see people? An American. That's what I see. I see another American. I don't see race. I don't see that. You know what I do see, though? A jackass that's uncultured. How about that? If you move to a culture and you assimilate with it, you start to sound like it, don't you? Maybe you should learn about that. It might help save the country someday. It's called being cultured.
And it keeps secrets on all the fraud that's going on.
It's very concerning to know that right now you have politicians who are passing these bills knowing that it is violating the First Amendment.
Yeah, they don't care. And so I've been working the floor hand.
There's no basements in Houston, Texas. There's no basements in Houston, Texas, guy. I'm not going to sit here and reiterate everything else I've said multiple times. Like, you're just not even worth the time. You're not worth the effort. You're just dumb. No, I don't want a mod. I had a mod. He was a good personal friend of mine. And the haters made him roach out. And I said to myself, I said, self, what the hell am I going to do about this? And it came to me. Aspen Gold does it all the time, so I'm going to start doing it too. Really? What's the matter? What's the matter? Does it make you angry? Does it make you angry to know that a white boy can be cultured? Is that what the problem is? Is it because you're racist? What's next? You gonna call me a cracker? White boy calling people uncultured. Why? Because I'm white, I can't say that? That's interesting. So because I'm white, I can't say that people are uncultured. That in itself is racist. This is a racist statement. Because I'm white, I can't call someone uncultured. Wow, that's news to me. Whoa, that's crazy. So now that we've applied this to any other scenario, how dumb do you feel? Probably not very. You probably don't even know what that is, huh? No accountability whatsoever. Have you ever had to do accountability? Like, do you know what that is? Dude, the person who said that... Okay, great. So you can take your white guilt and fucking fly it up the river. You know why? Because there's no white guilt here, unlike with you. You know why? Because you're a cuck. That's why. You like letting in a bunch of immigrants into your country to fuck your women and sit there and feel bad for something that happened that wasn't even you. Slavery was 200 fucking years ago. Get over it. It's done and over with. The biggest reparation that anyone in this country has is being an American. Everyone has the equal opportunities. I was raised around drugs. I was raised around crime. I was raised dirt fucking poor. And you know what? I'm 31 years old and I've never been to jail. What's your excuse? I don't even have a fucking criminal record. I have not been arrested once my entire fucking life. What's your excuse? You wonder why I sound black? That's why. I was around it. I've gotten into plenty of fist fights for it too. Saying no to drugs, saying no to this, saying no to that. And you know who was on top every fucking time? Me. You can use this race bullshit, this bullshit all you want. That day and age is over. No more white guilt. No more. Add user. Add user. Anyone else? Lifetime, you and an idiot. Was in Trump's lifetime, you're an idiot. Hey, nobody talked about segregation. You're obviously fucking stupid and you can't hear. So let me say it again for you. Slavery was over 200 years ago. I don't feel guilt for something that I didn't do. Not how it works here. But you can sure take that perma for being a dumbass. Go and misinterpret things somewhere else. Somewhere else. It doesn't work here. Somewhere else. Banned. I should like fucking clip that shit and play it in the background whenever I start banning people, bro. That's what I need to do. It's a good idea. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, the band jam. Bro, that's what I'm talking about. The band jam. Oh, let's go. Oh, did I ban you on a different account? What, are you mad now? You have to... Oh, no. This is just a generational crash out. Man, how you been here for so long and you don't like what I'm saying? You do realize that when you interact with my content, you give me money, right? Because you push my algorithm up higher into the food chain? If you don't like what I'm saying, why are you here, lobotomite? Like, what are you doing? So you don't even understand how YouTube works. You show up every day to just sit here and talk shit. And I'm supposed to believe you whenever you talk about NATO? We should leave NATO. NATO's a fucking joke. We paying millions of dollars, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars in a NATO, and they ain't doing shit. We paying more than any other country, and we find out that Britain's entire fleet is fucking trash. The fuck? What you talking about, bro? They should be paying us. NATO should be paying us. Hell, we should leave NATO and come up with our own thing called like the U.S. bodyguards or some bullshit. And they can pay us to go and police. Who do you think shows up whenever a terrorist organization violates national water? America. There was an entire shipping channel that was being forced to go around an entire continent because a bunch of fucking schizos with missiles kept blowing shit up. And you know what happened as soon as Trump got into power? He blew them the fuck up and killed them all. And now the shipping people can go through where they need to go through. Like, you ain't gotta apologize for nobody. I like making fun of these people. It makes my day. Sometimes these people are so stupid that when I pull them up, I don't even have to say anything. Like, you can't make that shit up. Some of them are just so fucking stupid when you pull them up. It just blows my mind. And I genuinely... Why shield for Trump? I don't give a fuck about Trump. You know what Trump is? Trump is a means to an end. Trump is pushing policies that I want. Could be a fucking dildo sitting in that chair and I wouldn't give a flying fuck. Trump is a means to an end, just like Israel. I don't give a fuck about either one of them. Could be Trump. Bro, don't do that to me. Don't do that. Don't be like that, Trump. Bro, don't be like that. Look, you can be sad. Be sad somewhere else, man. I know. Look, it's a great relationship and everything, but we all knew where this was going, okay, Trump? He's right here. He's looking at me. He's mad at me. So, like, what I'm saying is that I don't really care what Trump is. I don't think Trump should even be in power because of the Epstein files. He's compromised. Now, when Trump gets out, and if they release any condemning stuff on those files, they're going to be like, well, because Trump had that mentality's bad now. I don't want to deal with that bullshit. Just gives it more cannon fodder. I don't want to deal with that. Let JD Vance run everything. Release the damn Epstein files and be done with it. I don't give a fuck about Trump. Trump is doing everything I want him to do. He's doing what a good little president should do for the American people. Okay? That's what I think about Trump. There's a bunch of people screaming death to America in a foreign country across the water. Okay, let's bring death to their front doorsteps. Let's give them what they want. That's what I think.
Handing them actual text, I said, did you just read the text? Because the author of the
By the
bill...
way, if you're new here, sub to the channel. I'm here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. So please, every day, every single day, I'm live doing the same shit.
Is lying. She says, oh no, it has nothing to do with Nick Shirley.
Trump does our bidding. And these fucking senators that are in the White House need to lead by that example.
It has nothing to do with citizen journalists, but when you read the text, it's plain English. It would make it a crime to post a video of evidence of fraud, and it would, result in very costly fines. So we want this language to be removed from the bill. Actually, I want the bill to be killed entirely, but at the very least, they need to take this provision out. The Stop Nick Shirley Act needs to be removed from the bill.
In this bill, it talks about immigrant services. It's very vague. That means healthcare, translation services, attorney services, daycares. It's very vague on what they're trying to say this bill is.
And they want to keep it vague on purpose, because so that way they can enforce it even when people haven't done anything wrong. That's what this boils down to, is they want to be able to enforce it on anybody they deem a threat. That's what they want. They want to utilize this bill to slap down anybody they deem a threat.
And it's being backed by CHRLA.
The Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights LA, which is a taxpayer-funded organization that isn't really providing services. They're really organizing violent protests in LA. They're agitators, and they don't want people capturing their bad behavior on video. This is designed to protect them in the activities that they're doing.
And if this bill were to be passed, organizations like CHRLA, they would not even have to disclose the amount of money they're getting from taxpayers.
Correct. These organizations are if they have nothing to hide, why have this bill? And the way they define immigrant services is so broad that a fake hospice could say, well, one of our fake patients, one of our non-existent patients could have been an immigrant, so therefore
You do realize that somebody was shot and killed on January 6th as well, right? So you want to use one example of something that happened on none of those people should be out. They should all be arrested. They should all be arrested. Now, some of them probably with lighter sentences because they didn't do anything wrong. Sure. But here's the thing. If I think that they should all go to jail, what do you think I think should happen to these people that are going down there burning stores, throwing bricks at police? Well, if you're throwing bricks at police, they should shoot you and kill you. Because, I mean, that's just how it is. And what do you think I think should happen to them? Why don't you put 2 and 2 together, dumbass? I'm not just pro-Trump, fucktard. I want what the American people need, which is better representation and not a bunch of fucking people rioting. You know why? You know what happens when you go out and violently riot and attack police officers? They start taking away your fucking amendments because you're a dumbass. Oh, what? 3 police officers were shot by a crowd of people? What do you think they're going to take away? They're going to take away your guns. That's what they do. Violence is never the solution for anything, period. Now, I'm a strong advocate for self-defense. If somebody breaks into your house, I feel like they should know by law they forfeit all rights to their body the minute they step over that threshold, in my opinion. But I am not an advocate for crowd violence at all. You know why? Because it solves nothing. And it makes you look like the bad guy. That's why. It makes you look like a bunch of fucking idiots. That's one thing that I didn't agree with that Trump did. He let some of those Jan 6 out that shouldn't have been let out. Because some of them were actually violent. Not all of them were. But there were a handful of them that shouldn't be out right now. Like I said, Trump is a means to an end. The sooner you stop looking at left and right, the sooner we can actually start fixing this fucking country. And who are you exactly? What are you going to do about it? You going to stop me from saying what I want? Or are you just going to sit there like a little keyboard warrior bitch? You going to sit there and get aggro at your screen because I'm sitting here spitting facts and making money off of it? You going to sit there like a little pussy bitch? Hating on somebody that's successful for just speaking the truth? See, what makes us different than the idiots down in Minneapolis violently rioting is that I don't have to go down in the middle of Minneapolis in the winter and get my nuts frozen to my leg. I can sit behind this chair and spit facts and people congregate around me. A lot like what Charlie Kirk did. I don't have to go out and be violent. I just have to be the voice in the darkness, and they come to me. What have you got? Grown Mad BTW. Is that it? Living with mommy. So do you have any do you have any argument for anything that I've been talking about so far? Do you have a counter argument for anything? If it's an insult, it's a permaban. If it's not an argument to anything that I've been saying, it's a permaban. So what is it? What is your counter argument? Besides just insulting me? Because I don't have to do that. I can just ask you what your counter argument is and you're going to embarrass yourself like y'all always do. You think you're the only person that sits here and does this? No, nothing. You get a roach out now. You've been chirping up a storm. I certainly hope you're not about to puss out now. No, nothing? Man, that's crazy. Wow, look at that. Whoa, that's crazy. Big fucking surprise, another little roach boy. Another little bitch baby that roached out. What's the matter? The lights got flicked on, so you scattered? You've been chirping pretty good. What happened? You was big and tough until you got pulled up. What happened? Oh, man, I guess he roached out. What a little pussy. Whoa, that's crazy. Bye-bye, puss. Yes, I do. I absolutely watch Asmongold. I also react to him on this channel. I've got him pulled up down in the line. So if you're new here, sub to the channel. I'm here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. I was even on during Easter. Every single day, I'm here.
We get protection under the bill as well. It is absolutely a bill designed to hide the fraud that's going on in the state of California, and the politicians clearly know that the investigative journalists are on the case. And they got to stop the investigative journalists before it's too late, before the public learns the truth.
And do you think there's a conflict of interest with Mia Bonta, husband being the AG, the Attorney General of the state? Meanwhile, he's trying to take credit for exposing the fraud. Meanwhile, she's trying to silence those that actually.
And I agree with that. Fraud needs to be stopped. Nick Shirley, listen here, Nick Shirley. I know you ain't ever gonna see this. Take your ass to some of these red states, too. You are giving these blue motherfuckers a reason to fucking harass you, dude. Don't give these people any legs to stand on. Go to every type of state. Please, Nick. You are giving these people fuel to call you a biased scenario. There's an Indian problem in Texas, not a Native American problem. Native Americans are not Indians. There's an India problem in Texas that Tyler Oliveira covered. You need to take your ass to some of these red states, Hoss. Stop giving these blue motherfuckers a reason to sit here and do this. You are giving them the cannonball to fire the cannon at you. They're calling you a biased media. You need to prove them wrong. You need to do this.
What's the fraud?
Look, when you showed
W.
up
Nick Shirley
and visited the fake hospitals
Nick Shirley
in LA and Southern California, you showed he wasn't doing his job. This isn't hard to find. He literally was ignoring it. And so you embarrassed him. You embarrassed him by showing that he's not doing his job to protect taxpayer funds. He then calls a press conference last week and says, oh, look, I took out 21 fraudsters. I'm thinking that's just the tip of the iceberg. And now we've dismantled the fraud rings in California. No, they're not dismantled. You have 21. When you indict 2,100 people, then maybe we're starting to turn the corner.
And he referred to me as certain people.
Certain people. You did his job.
I agree. So, I agree with that take. Trump needs to quit pussyfooting and dragging his feet around and fix this fucking country. He needs to mobilize the United States Army and the National Guard, and they need to put the country in a state of lockdown where they go through and sweep with every single National Guard member and a majority military. They need to gather up all the criminals and put them in jail, and they need to take all these fucking illegals and deport them or airdrop them into their own cities and their own countries after they debank them. And they need to be debanked. They need to have all their assets seized, and they need to be dropped into their own country. That's airdropped, butt ass naked. Give them a parachute and tell them complimentary service of the United States military. Bye. That's what needs to happen. You do that. You make it to where these senators have term limits. You make it to where they have to work all fucking year, 365 days for 4 years straight. Every day down on that floor, passing bills and laws individually for every American in this country for 12 hours a day. And it being live streamed every single fucking day. And whenever you sign up to be a senator, They should immediately debank you, take all your assets and hold them, not allow you to see any of your family. This shit should be a fucking service for the country, not a fucking vacation. It's a service to the country you live in and protect, and are sworn to protect, by the way. Not a fucking vacation. Stop treating these goddamn seats like they're fucking money makers, dude. Get the fuck out of here with that. You shouldn't be making no goddamn money when you in that seat. Period.
Did his job, the job that he should have been doing all along. You did his job, you embarrassed him, and now Mia Bonta.
You're literally talking about martial law and legally cannot use the military against its own citizens. Really? I would imagine that you pulled that out of an amendment. They're actively down on Capitol Hill, passing laws that violate freedom of the press, your First Amendment right. If you got to get hunkered down into the foxhole with somebody to get the job done, you should aim lower. You should dig a few extra feet so that way you're seen even less. If you got to stoop low to meet somebody midway about this whole law thing, stoop lower. You want to talk about violating rights? That's what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to take away independent journalism's ability to publish media that revolves around illegal immigration and where the taxpayer money, your money, if you're even an American, I don't think you are, is going. If you got to stoop low, stoop lower. Drag your face across the ground if you got it to win. Because these people that are doing this, they're doing whatever they can to win. They're even taking away American rights. You can't play fair with somebody that's willing to gut punch you. It doesn't work like that. But you're a retard, and now you're banned. Bye-bye.
She doesn't want it to happen again, so she's trying to stop citizen journalists.
W. Nick Shirley. W. Nick Shirley.
Navy, you gave me clearance to go. You are fighting now. Let me turn back.
Iran, how many times has this happened at this point, right? So Iran has closed the Strait of Hormuz again with the IRGC.
This happened yesterday, by the way.
Saying control has returned to its previous state, and the strait is now under the strict management and control of the armed forces, accusing the U.S. of piracy and maritime robbery. I guess so. At least 2 vessels attempting to cross the Strait of Hormuz are reporting gunfire, with the UK MTO saying tanker captain being approached by 2 IRGC gunboats. IRGC Navy is publicly calling Iran's... Wait, the IRGC...
Wait a minute. Man, that guy must be getting on your nerves, huh, Sticks? Bro over there about to get clapped. You don't even know it yet. Where the fuck is my chat? There it is. Bro about to get clapped. Wow, that's crazy. What a little nasty rat bitch. What a little worm.
IRGC Navy is publicly calling Iran's Foreign Minister Araghchi an idiot. We will open it by the order of our leader Imam Khomeini, not by the tweets.
If this isn't clear yet, fuck Israel, fuck Benjamin Netanyahu, and fuck Donald Trump. They're a means to an end. I am America first, and if that involves blowing up a bunch of terrorists at the ass end of the world and making fun of them, fuck yeah.
Some idiot. It's actually all falling apart. It is. It's all falling apart.
This is Iranian Stepan Navy calling you.
By the way, I love that Trump's administration is doing that. I love that they are blowing these bitches up and then making fun of it on social media. That is a beautiful thing. It is a great time to be alive as an American. It's the worst, but it's also the best.
16. The Strait of Hormuz is still closed.
That's right. God bless America, the greatest country in the entire world.
We will open it by the order of our leader, Imam Khomeini, not by the tweets of some idiot. If you want to pass through the strait, you must ask permission from Iranian Sepah Navy. All vessels that have a...
I believe in loving your enemies too. You see, every time we drop a bomb on an enemy, I think to myself, wow, we just spent millions of dollars to make that missile specifically for you. You're welcome. I mean, shit, it's not every day someone's willing to spend $1 million on you. That's a lot of money right there. I mean, let's be honest here. They should be thanking us. They should be thanking Daddy Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he's straight up wailing on him over there with all that money that he's been spending dropping those bombs. That's crazy.
Connection with our enemies will be targeted if they try to pass the Strait of Hormuz.
America does make... No. America doesn't make beautiful missiles. America makes the best and the most beautiful missiles. You remember that. I don't ever want to see that comment again. You understand me? Bad. The best and the most beautiful missiles in the entire world. That's why everybody uses our missiles, because they're the best.
That is crazy.
And they're the most beautiful.
In line with the ceasefire in Lebanon, the passage for all commercial vessels through the Strait of Hormuz is declared completely open. So basically, this has already been rebuked. Audio of the Indian oil tanker pleading with Iranian forces to stop shooting at it.
Sepah Navy, this is Motorengastan Marhedar.
You clicked on the most transparent streamer on the platform. Welcome to the channel. Please sub to the channel. I live stream every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Check out the channel membership as well. Every little bit helps, boys. Please hit like on the stream, by the way. That does wonders as well.
You gave me clearance to go. My name second on your list. You gave me clearance to go. You are fighting
No.
now. Let me turn back. You gave me clearance to go.
Yep, there it is. They're shooting on people. They said they were okay to go. They're completely disorganized. That's what happens.
So you mean to tell me that they're like the blockade in Hormuz is literally firing on people that they said was okay to go? They're fucking dude. They're running. It's like I said whenever the Ayatollah died, bro. They didn't. They were killed when he was killed, like the dirty dog that he is, piece of shit. Whenever he was killed, they were running around like a chicken with their head cut off.
Oh, here we go.
Got a little cute as they have been doing for 47 years.
Let's go, Crush.
They have no Navy, they have no Air Force, they have no leaders, they have no nothing. Actually, their leaders are, you call that enforced regime change. But
enforced regime.
Of how being unseriously uneducated can be dangerous. An idiot with a microphone and a loud mouth, get off YouTube and go to a library. So since I've got to read my information and all current events from a book, what book is going to tell me about the current events in Iran? If you can't even answer that, then maybe you should shut the fuck up. The next thing that you type should be a book name that I can Google that will tell me about the Iran incident. Otherwise, it's a permanent ban. You want to sit there and talk tough and call people names and you get pulled up? I definitely hope that your quote-unquote education, your new book that you found, talks about the Iran war and how it's currently being upkept. I hope you didn't just roach out like the little pussy that you are. I know that didn't just happen, right? Surely you're going to say something in the comments. I mean, you were outspoken prior to being pulled up. Surely you have something else to say. Surely you're not going to waste me and my chat's time. How is it that anytime I pull one of you little bitches up that want to sit here and disenfranchise what I'm saying or attack me instead of the argument at hand, and you get pulled up, y'all don't ever have anything to say. Y'all roach out like a bunch of little bitches. Why is that? Could it be because you're just trying to push your country's propaganda and force people to remain quiet and silence them using your fucking threats of like you do realize that didn't work. That's why Trump got elected. The silent majority that was too scared to talk about the fact that Trump is doing things that they want and were scared of being alienated from their family members and being called names on the internet and being attacked for wearing Trump memorabilia. Those are the people that went out and voted overwhelmingly Donald J. Trump, along with the members that saw what was happening if you went against the people that you had people that even agreed with what you said, but because they were scared of you because they see what you're doing to the MAGA administration, they didn't vote for you actively because they were scared of what you would do if you got in power. That's why the silent majority won. Because all you can do is sit here and say, well, you should be doing all this. You should be doing all that. Why don't you shut the fuck up? No one asked you what your opinion was. Everyone's in here because they want to know what my opinion is. They want to see current events. What book is going to tell you that, lobotomite? There's no book in the world that has been published that's going to tell you what's going on in Iran, fucktard. Why don't you shut the fuck up and go take your fucking pills and stay in your little hidey hole in your shithole country? How about that?
Team change.
How about
That's
that?
a new one.
We're talking to them. They wanted to close up the strait again, you know, as they've been doing for years, and they can't blackmail us. In fact, a lot of the ships are coming up to Texas. I don't know if you know, in Louisiana, the ships are coming up. They got used to it. It's worked out.
Little fame. I don't give a fuck about how many people watch me. I could be demonetized tomorrow. I don't give a fuck. I'm an American that's lived a shit life in America, that's been disenfranchised, that has fucking family members fight in wars. It's not about me, motherfucker. That's why you'll never understand. But everybody that comes in every day and watches or pops in and understands, you get it. This isn't directed for third world shithole people. This is directed for Americans that have been through the fucking ringer and are wondering what the fuck is going on with their government. I'm standing here for every American that loves their country and loves their government and wants their country and their government to love them as much as they do it. That's who I'm for. That's why you'll never understand it, third worlder. It doesn't matter how many sheets of paper that say that you moved here and that you can stay here as a legal citizen. If you don't understand why we spent $400 million to save a pilot from a shithole third world country, that mentality can never be taught to you. If you don't understand that, you'll never be an American. You don't understand the honor and traditions that this culture has represented for well over 200 years. Fuck did I say? I was trying to say 400 million again because I was thinking like it's funny that Obama sent over planes of cash, $400 million worth of cash, and it cost the same amount to go get one of our downed pilots out of Iran. You know who I think spent the money in a better way? Trump did. Why would we want to send $400 million in cash to a bunch of terrorists that are just going to capture more American soldiers? I think spending $400 million to go and blow up a bunch of terrorists and rescue a downed pilot was a much better use of our taxpayer dollars. 100%. What Obama should have done, instead of giving them $400 million, he should have spent that to go over there and crack open whatever shithole hut they had and get those Americans back. That's what he should have done. But he didn't. You know why? Because he was weak. That's why.
Pretty good.
Why is he no Navy? They have ships?
We'll see.
Because they're using commercial ships and they're putting military equipment on them. We blew up all of their actual Navy vessels, but they're using, speedboats, etc. And also absolute massive Air Force airlift going on in the Middle East today, really screaming confidence in negotiations with Iran. India is expected to summon Iran's ambassador after the IRGC fired on Indian vessels in the Strait of Hormuz this morning, despite having given the vessel clearance to pass. I'm telling you.
Do you have anything to add to this argument? Do you have anything to add? Do you have anything to add? No? Okay, well, we're not going to wait on you. Yet another person that got pulled up and wasted everybody's time, including his own. Where did he go? Dude's chin looks softer than his Snuggie. So do you have anything to add? Do you have anything to add to the argument? Do you have any counter arguments? Because if all you have is insulting me, it doesn't work here. So do you have any counter arguments? Do you want to attack what I'm saying at all, or do you just want to attack me personally and try to disenfranchise me? Because it won't work here, guy. You're in a stadium. Again, you know what? I don't even know why I'm even gonna fucking sit here and deal with this idiot. There you go. There we go. So what proof do you have of that? Trump doesn't love America, he loves Israel. What proof is there of that? Address that. Voted for him 3 times. Wait, what? Address Trump's support of Israel. I voted for the man and he has sold us out. Old MAGA is dead. Man realized what the fuck? You know what Trump said he was going to do? Do you know what Trump said he was going to do to the Iran government whenever he got into power? And do you have any idea what he ran on at all? Were you listening, or did you even vote? Are you saying you voted for Trump, or are you saying, or did you actually vote for him? Because whenever he was running, this is what he fucking said he was going to do to Iran. Fuck Israel. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Netanyahu. Trump's doing America's bidding. You fucking idiot. He said he was going to do this when he was running. This is during his election and whenever he was running.
What's the message to Iran?
Don't.
As President Biden said, just don't.
Exactly. One word. Pretty straightforward.
I'm gonna bomb the shit out of them. It's true.
That's what he fucking said he was going to do. He said he was going to bomb the fuck out of them. And you know what he did? He kept his fucking word. W. Donald J. Trump. It's not my fault you can't fucking watch a simple fucking press conference or you never voted for Trump, guy. You lying. If you voted for Trump, you wouldn't be listening to all this baby-birded information that's the same dog shit information that's been circling around in these fucking Democratic circles. I would have voted for him if he was a fucking Democrat, if I had known he was going to be doing all this. I don't give a fuck what party he's running for. Somebody that's in the party, running for hard immigration policies, running for the death of people that scream death to America, running for dude, I don't give a fuck who he is. Your policies is what matters. What are you doing in your policies that's going to help American people? That's what I give a fuck about. I don't care about any of this other shit.
This happening, this is really bad for them, because now you're attacking the people that are neutral and are like somewhat your allies. This is really, really bad.
Sepa Navy, Sepa Navy.
Do you listen to me?
So Iran attacked a fucking Indian vessel that was supposed to be their ally.
Do not read
Damn.
No.
Yo, that's from Kit Boga. That was from Kit Boga. He runs a scam on scammers. It's funny as fuck, dude. So Trump passed a bill yesterday.
We have Joe Rogan
with Joe Rogan
there with them legalizing psychedelic drugs. This is insane. Let me see if I can pull this up and show you guys. Trump signs order to speed psychedelic research for veterans' mental health.
Any fucking president that's going to do shit like this for veterans, I don't care what you think or feel. I'm going to vote for him. Trump made sure the veterans and the active servicemen got their fucking money when the government was shut down. Fuck you. This man signed another bill that made it to where big corporations can't buy houses and use them as assets. You think I care what you think? You don't even know the half of it. You don't even know everything that I know. I've covered it though. On this channel, I've covered it. Every single thing this man has done, I've been looking at very, very scrutinizingly and very heavily. The no tax on tip. The no tax on overtime. Not exactly. Someone I know does wages for a company, or not wages, but does their their time stuff, right? It doesn't work like that. You get taxed after a certain amount of overtime. And it makes it more complicated. But you know what he did do? He brought it to the light. He showed, hey, this is a problem. I want to start addressing it. He didn't sit there for 4 fucking years with his finger up his ass, twiddling his fingers. You know what I'm saying? Like, he actually is trying to do stuff. He's doing everything he can do in his power. I wish he'd do it a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressively, but hey, he's doing a lot.
See, my dad was ahead of the curve with this. Like, he agreed that this bill was signed years and years and years ago, right? And I think it's a good thing. It's a great thing. And mushrooms today, yeah, exactly. Like, and I'll tell you, like, there was one time that he was like, really continues telling this, I am amazing thing. And then there was that. Well, why would it be? Life would be so much better if that one time in 2000. You're sitting, oh, do everybody. I'm right about my or this doc.
Experience an 80 to 90% reduction in symptoms of depression.
Depression.
And anxiety within 1 month.
That's
Can
a
I
lot.
Have some, please? I'll take some.
Yo, W, Donald Trump.
I'll take whatever it takes. I don't have time to be depressed.
Man.
You know, if you stay busy enough, maybe that works too.
That's what he said that for 50 years. And you know what's crazy is that he's right.
Yeah.
Is that for me, like, I don't have time to be depressed either. Like, I don't have time to sit back and think about, well, why would it be? Life would be so much better if that one time in 2011 and then there was that thing that happened. It wasn't fair. And, like, you're sitting there thinking about this bullshit, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, you gotta go do something. Like, what the hell?
You know, this is a message to all the people that haven't taken their meds yet that get down in my comments. Go away. You sit in my comments acting like a fucking schizo, bro, and you get pulled up. Please have a rebuttal. And that doesn't mean an insult. That means an actual, you're willing to hold a conversation. If you're not willing to hold a conversation, then why are you here? Why are you here? What? Why? You're wasting your own time. I'm going to turn you into content, so I'm going to get money out of it. But why are you here? Like,
doing? And you're depressed. You don't realize it. Everybody's depressed. Everybody's depressed. Everybody's mentally ill. It doesn't work that way, sadly. There are extremes and externalities. But I think that looking at trying to make lifestyle changes and accommodating
this is what a third world mentality looks like. You're obviously not from America. You're obviously not from America. So let me explain to you how numbers work. So whenever you cater to the 1% of the population, that's 1%. I'm catering to the vast majority of the hardworking laborers that are out there busting their ass, having to work until they die. You see, I don't give a fuck about poor or rich people. I care about wasting your life in a society where you're never gonna be rich. They want you to live by this mindset of no matter how hard, whenever you work real hard, you'll be successful in life. That's a lie. That is now a lie. No matter how hard you work, it will only get rougher because corporations are now in monopolies and they're talking to each other and keeping prices exactly where they need to be to take every single pay raise you get. So that way you continue to live paycheck to paycheck. If you're in my chat using poor, you poor, stop lying. Bro, you cooked. You cooked. You in the wrong chat, bruh. A lot of hard-working prior veterans in this chat that know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of them having to leave retirement just to be able to afford shit. A lot of Americans.
A lifestyle that keeps you
Nuke's
busy.
Here? Yo, how's it going, Duke Nukem?
To keep your mind occupied.
By the way, sub to the channel. I'm here every single morning, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Every morning. All 7 days of the entire week. Every single fucking day doing the same thing.
So you're not thinking about a bunch of FOMO realities and, the mean things. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but what I'm saying is that there's an area in the middle where a lifestyle change can improve things. I'm not invalidating people that have depression. I'm not invalidating them. What I'm saying is that medication should be a last resort, not a first resort. And I think that nowadays it's a first resort, and that's a bad thing. That's my opinion on it, right? And again, I'm not a fucking doctor. I've just observed things, right? That's all. And people can't cope with being bored more than 5 minutes. It's a skill that's lost. Yes, and it's over.
It isn't definitely an issue. Please, I said, I figured I'd be next, but no, it isn't definitely an issue for women.
But Mr. Research.
Damn, no. Anyway, this is some other thing as well. I don't know if there's any more of these people that need to be medicated. The Rogan part? Okay.
Health condition.
21%.
The second leading cause of death for young adults today is suicide. Wow. Mr. President, antidepressants right now are the most prescribed class of medications in the country. Over 20% of women are on an antidepressant.
Is that good in terms of do they work?
There's highly problematic
oh my God.
Research on the fact that over 20% of U.S.
W for the gifted, darling Winters. W gifted membership. W.
Women are on these drugs that are prescribed for life.
I don't typically congratulate the people that get the memberships, because the thing is like if I say their name and for whatever reason the stream goes a little too crazy, I don't want somebody to get alienated from their fucking family or like their friends for having a difference of opinion. So like I don't typically I congratulate the person that gifted, but I don't typically congratulate the person that receives it. Simply because I don't want them, because like there's a lot of people that are silently watching, and they're like that for a reason. They don't want to be known to a whole lot of people that they're watching stuff like this, and I get it. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's why I don't typically congratulate the name that's under the gifted, but I do congratulate any gifters or anybody that joins up with the channel membership. So please keep that in mind. Y'all ever wonder why? That's why. There's a lot of silent majority that watches these streams that don't say anything. And I understand why. You don't have to explain. It's fine. It's okay. You don't have to say anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep showing up.
And they work?
No. They don't. Maybe. I'm on a couple of them. And
I would not have. I would not have.
But no, it isn't definitely an issue for women.
Yeah. But
how's it going, Daniel?
With you and Secretary Kennedy unlocked, is for the first time questioning this system, that where we spend 3 times more per capita than any other country in the world, and we are living 6-7 years less. We have the highest rates of suicide and depression in the developed world. The incentives of our system.
And by the way, autism, which we're really working hard on, right, Bob?
We have the highest rates.
And we're coming up with some pretty amazing findings.
Pediatric cancer is the highest rate.
They wouldn't want somebody else to know because they're scared of their family finding out. Like, let's say if you stay at home with your family and your family is completely against the Republican Party, everything that Trump's doing. Oh, Trump's the demon. Trump is this, Trump is that. But you don't have any place to go because you can't fucking afford to live in this economy. So you're stuck at home with your parents. And then all of a sudden they hear Trump's voice in the other room. That's for those people. And not to mention all the people with crazy girlfriends, too, that will immediately, like, start attacking them or doing whatever. Like, you wear a Trump hat in public, you risk you risk being assaulted by a random person. That's why.
In the world. We are struggling and paying more than any other country, and the power of this executive order is really representative and gives validation to the cries of Maha moms and the votes of Maha moms, because for the first time it's taking a therapy that's one time. This is a one time, not a lifetime drug that can change someone's life, and that's the power, and I think that's why the system.
So the antidepressants.
So there it is. I'm glad to see.
Oh, W gifted. What the hell is this? Sent Mr. Oh, W gifted, by the way. W gifted membership. Why the hell did it pop up like that? What is that? I've never seen it pop up like that. Hold on, wait a minute. Where did that guy go? He blinks a lot, insecure, fidgets, mentally ill, wearing a blanket, insane asylum, needs a straitjacket. I'll wrap you myself in it, you Jew lover. What kind of racist piece of shit are you? He blinks a lot, insecure. My mom used to abuse me and beat the fuck out of me. I'd be left on the floor in piles of my own fucking blood. I've had ADHD since I was a fucking child. My mother forced me to take ADHD pills that fried my fucking brain. But you know what's sad? Is that even after everything, even after I left my mom at the age of 16 to move to Texas, basically on my own, I'm still smarter and more well put together than your sorry bitch ass sitting here and being racist in my comments. So let that sink in. I have a mental illness, poor as shit, and I'm still better than you on any day of the week. Because I don't have to bring racist bullshit to attack somebody. I don't have to talk about how somebody looks. I don't even know how you look. But I can tell based on what you're saying that you're a jackass and nobody likes being around you in your normal life. Bye-bye.
They're still not addressing the root causes, to be honest. Well, I mean, you've got to do it, like, the way that you attack mental health like this is, like, through a multifaceted approach, right? You don't do it in one way. So this is Joe Rogan. Okay, here we go. Let's see it.
Tell everybody how this happened. I sent President Trump some information. I want to tell everybody how this happened.
So you have ADHD? Yes, you are better, brother. ADHD is not a negative thing. So you have ADHD. So you know what it's like to not be able to sit still? Do you know what that's like? Do you know what it's like to have your emotions and your shit bouncing off the walls and having to take medication just to function? What's crazy is that I was told my entire life growing up that ADHD is something I'd grow out of. You know what ended up happening because of how the meds fucked with me? I'm not able to cope and function without the pills now. I spent 6 years without the medication, and you know what happened to me? Every day was a fight to roll out of bed because of the exhaustion that I felt. I would give my life up any day of the week to get rid of this. Any day of the fucking week. To get rid of the ADHD. I would in a heartbeat. Instantaneously.
President Trump some information. We have a gigantic opiate problem in this country, obviously. In 2024, more than 80,000 people died of overdoses.
Wow.
It's a horrible number. And there's more than 5 million people that are addicted to opiates right now in this country. With one dose of Ibogaine, more than...
There are different levels of ADHD affliction. There are different levels of ADHD and ADD affliction. It's not just, oh, well, you have ADD. If you don't know what it's like, then shut the fuck up. If you don't have this mental illness, then don't talk about it. I have to spend like fucking $150 every 3 months to make sure that I can still maintain my doctor. I have to spend like almost $200 a fucking month on pills alone. Just to function. Bro, like, if you don't have it, then don't sit there and talk about it, fucktard. Straight up. And if you gotta get in your emotions, if I'm calling you out, if you ain't got it, and you sitting there being like, well, it's not that bad, then shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop talking about something you have no idea what the fuck it's about. Bye. What's the matter? You mad because I get to sit here and make money off of what I'm doing? Enjoy going back to your disgustingly average life where nobody talks to you because you're a little rat. How about that? So now this is about mental health. This is about geopolitics news in Iran. Where are we at right now? Because now you're giving me ADD age. You are worthless, bro. Need to get help, yo. You know what this is called? It's called interacting with people. It's this thing you do whenever you're a normal person where you interact and you call people out. So what do you have to add to this argument? Because this is just gibberish and bullshit. This is dog shit. Nobody cares about this. So what do you have to add to anything that I've said this morning? Do you have anything to add to any of the conversations or the arguments that I brought up this morning? And the next thing that you say should not be an insult. It should be a talking point that we can debate over. Specifically you. Oh, wow. Jeez, man. What did you say? Yeah, not interacting with you. You're bouncing all over from subject to subject, and I can't even keep up. Well, that's because you're slow and retarded. That's why. Bye. Bye-bye. Here, let me help you with that. Since you're just too stupid, then maybe you shouldn't be here. I mean, 80%. I can say what we can do, but I think I'd catch a suspension, so I'm not gonna say it. But I think we all know what I would say.
Of people are free of that addiction. With 2 doses, it's more than 90%. I sent him that information.
It's a lot.
The text message came back, sounds great. Do you want FDA approval? Let's do it. It was literally that quick. These drugs are illegal, not because they're harmful. They're illegal.
Thank fucking God we have people like men of action in government. I wish you... Can you just do that with everything? That's what we need to do with everything.
Exactly, bro.
Thank God. Yes, exactly. Holy fuck, man. This is finally happening. I know.
Yo, W. Joe Rogan, by the way, for doing this.
Because of the 1970 Controlled Substances Act that was passed by the Richard Nixon administration. They did it to target the civil rights movement and the anti-war movement. It's not because these drugs harm people. And for 56 years, we've lived under those terrible conditions. We're free of that now. We're free of that now. Thanks to all these people that we see next to me, and thanks to President Trump.
Maybe Trump's idea is to pass as many fucking things into law, or like as many signatures as he can, so that way whenever if somebody like a Democrat gets into office, or somebody that wants to dismantle it like another Republican, then he can he's passed so many of them that it's going to take them a long time to get rid of them all.
Great. I mean, this is awesome. I'm happy. And yeah, there we go. And you know, like politicians, you're like businessmen. Well, you gotta like somebody that does a fucking job, right?
I'm sorry, but this makes sense because you're not going to convince somebody that drinking alcohol is healthier than smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana is significantly healthier than drinking alcohol or even smoking a cigarette. And I don't know why it's taken so long, but it's about goddamn time.
There it is. And Trump, yeah, conservatives putting on leaders in the White House, lives for puppets in there. Well, I mean, I feel like you've got a lot of problems on both sides. It's not really that one-dimensional. But, like, in general, I'm very, very happy to see things like this improve. I'm tremendously happy. And this is, oh, no. Oh, God. Okay, well, let me see if there's any more of this that are worth looking at. But overall, I'm very happy to see this. Trump made a great decision. And just in a very general sense, I think that overall, being able to do this kind of stuff, it's a great thing. It's an amazing thing, and I'm very happy. And yeah, here we go.
My honor.
This is him signing it.
Another Trump W, boys. Another beautiful Trump W. W. Donald Trump.
The IRGC closes the strait again.
I wanted this one to be. See that, Joe?
W. Donald Trump. Let's go!
You think Biden?
Man, them fucking libs and them motherfucking Democrats must be tired of taking all them fat fucking L's up the ass, huh? Man. Damn. It took one man to do all this? Why doesn't every president that gets into power do this kind of shit, bro? Why is it taking so goddamn long for all these people to pass shit? Trump is just like, I'm gonna do it. If you don't like it, fuck you. He does it. He says whenever he's running, I'm gonna bomb the shit out of the Iran, out of the IRGC. What does he do? He fucking does it. What are we doing, man? Why are we wasting our fucking time with this? These people can change our lives as we know it for the better. Give us living wages and fucking universal basic income and health care for all. But no, we sitting here twiddling our fucking thumbs for 4 fucking years doing nothing. Trump over there saying, I'll do it. I'll do it. The fuck we doing? That's what I'm talking about, man. We need 7 more just like Donald Trump next. We need J.D. Vance and Marcus Rubius to run for president, and they need to get up in that goddamn White House and start making some change, boys.
His name? Yeah, I didn't think so. Wow.
Anytime I got somebody in my comments crying from a foreign country, or crying about the illegals being deported, or somebody crying about what Donald Trump's doing, I take that shit and I hold it there. You know why? Because I know for a fact that if J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio get elected as our next president, there's going to be a whole lot more crying, and there ain't going to be no damn Trump derangement syndrome with their racist ass. You guys don't like Trump because he's oranges. Isn't that about right? Well, you don't like him because he's orange? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You're a fucking racist piece of shit. You sure are. Because you don't like his skin color. That's fucked up. He's the only one like him on the whole planet. He's orange. And you got a problem with that? You fucked up in the head.
Do you have any questions of the folks? And I think we'll keep it on the subject pretty much. You'll have some questions.
What the fuck? Hates God. Let me tell you something about your little imaginary friend. I've suffered too much in my life to get on my knees and pray to somebody. I'd rather be action. Whenever I worked as a fireman, the spirit that I saw from those men that would get in those circles and do prayers before they'd fight a fire, that shit was inspirational. I would much rather live under a Christian culture, Christian Western culture, than any other culture in the world. It is the most inspirational culture in the entire fucking globe. America is the best country in the entire world and in the entire universe, in my opinion. We've got the biggest and baddest fucking military. We've got the biggest and baddest budgets for our military. We got the most money in the world. Shit. America's the best place in the world to live. And I'm happy to be an American. Anytime I hear some little pissant saying they need reparations for some dumb shit that happened 200 years ago, I think to myself, bro, you already got the reparations. You in America. Here, they're not going to attack you and kill you for having an opposing opinion. They're not going to put you in jail for having an opposing opinion. They're not going to kill you for being gay, trans, bi. They're not going to attack you for not having your fucking headscarf on right. They're not going to kill you and take all your shit because you're rich. Why do you think all these American actors are sitting here like Billie Eilish? She's a singer, but and then what's his face that played the Hulk, sitting there saying, "Well, we should be ashamed as Americans. We shouldn't have borders." As you go to your fucking multi-billion-dollar real estate that has a fucking wall that surrounds it. Man, that seems awfully hypocritical. Billie Eilish not even from America. If you hate it that much, then go back to your own fucking country. You don't like it here, then get the fuck out. You don't like America, then get the fuck out. No one asking you to be here. Get the fuck out.
My honor.
Man, how about that? He's proud? Yeah, and I think it's a good thing. It's a great thing. Absolutely.
Thank Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's a fantastic... where are you, Bob? Over here.
Who's an idiot? Who is she? The problem with trying yourself to one party is I don't give a fuck about the Republicans or the Democrats. I don't care about Trump. I care about what he stands for. That's what I care about. If Trump was a fucking Democrat, I'd have voted for him. If I had known what he was gonna be doing in office. If I had known he was going to be doing all this in office, I'd have voted for him. You know why I'm bragging about what other people did? It's called being humble. It's called being humble. I was a firefighter. I've done CPR on people. I've saved people's lives. I've gone into burning buildings, put out fires. I've done the mile. It's called being humble. It's this thing that you could probably learn a little bit from. I don't need to talk about what I've done. I'm talking about what needs to change to make this country even better than what it is. That's what I want to talk about. And if I don't want to talk about someone, I'm not going to. It's my channel. What you need to do is shut the fuck up. If you don't like the content, then get the fuck out of here. No one asked you to be here. If you don't like it, then don't watch, dumbass. Use your brain. Let the cells collide in there. They're obviously trying to fire up in there. Why don't you let them fire up? Let them do their job. The smoke cloud that's coming out of you is probably killing the planet. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, well, you need to do that. I don't need to do shit. I don't need to do a goddamn fucking thing. Who are you? What are you, God? Get the fuck out of here. You don't like the content, then don't watch it. It's not fucking rocket science, goddamn. Well, you gotta do this and you need to do... I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. You want that? Then go do it on your own fucking channel. Fuck out of here.
He always makes it difficult.
Oh,
He's
thanks
done
for
a
the
great job,
gift.
too.
W gift.
People love
I don't
him.
know what the gifts are. What is that? What is a gift?
And more importantly, your wife is here.
I honestly think he's been great.
By the way, we're here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., talking shit, making fun of terrorists being blown up, and having a great morning every single day, all 7 days. Please sub to the channel. Please like the stream. Check out the channel membership. We have a channel membership. Check that out. Put that bitch on auto renew so that way, you know, do that. W constant viewers, W people that show up every day with a great attitude and a great spirit. You can show up to this channel and have a difference of opinion. But the minute you start insulting anybody, like me or my viewers or anybody that I bring up on this channel, you got a problem. I'm going to have a problem with you. You in the wrong place. And I haven't said this at all the past couple weeks or the past week. If you got a question for somebody that's sitting there being a jackass, ask them a question. Use the @ in their username or copy and paste their username and ask them a question. Make it as uncomfortable for them to be here as they have made it for you in the past 4 fucking years. Do not call them names. That's my job. Do as I say, not as I do. That's how it works on this channel.
Like getting for example, like red 40 and just replacing that with like, I don't know, like cantaloupes or something. Like, I feel like that's just, it's just better. Right? It's literally just better. Thank God.
We don't need to attack these people. We don't need to stoop to their level. We just have to attack their argument. And here, in this comments, in this YouTube, they have no power. They can't threaten me. They don't know where I'm at. They can't do anything. All they have is their words, and you start picking apart their words, you figure out how fucking stupid they are. Following a narrative or being paid to follow a narrative. Because let's be honest here.
Here someplace, Bobby? She's out there? Where are you? Where are you? The real boss in the family.
That's right. Operation Let Them Speak. Let them out themselves.
Oh. And RFK's been putting to work. Yeah, he has. I think it's great, man. It's amazing. I'm happy to see it. And what is this? And no, there's a little bit more of this. I can find everything else. And
that's right. We love ICE and we love our Tangerine Warlord. All right.
Has delivered an epic victory for all humanity. I thank him for having the courage to make this happen. And my mission brother,
epic
Joe Rogan, for having the spine to make the ask.
Damn.
To our brothers and sisters in Gabon, you have our deepest gratitude for your stewardship of the sacred tree grown for the heat.
You gotta give this guy a cowboy hat or something, man. Like I mean, really?
Of nations.
That's
Like
right,
a
Iron
bolo
Balls
tie
Joe.
or
That's
something.
right. You damn
To deliver
straight.
the respect and honor you deserve
Doug
for helping
Dimmadome,
heal
yep.
this nation.
Any person that's going to be president, they run on good immigration policies, mass deportation policies, and they run with veterans in mind or patriots in mind. Like I said patriots. I meant to say like army men or servicemen. I should say servicemen in mind. As far as I'm concerned, you just got yourself a free vote for me.
It is my joy to deliver these good tidings unto the meek, which will hopefully bind up the brokenhearted, proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to all who are bound. God bless you, and God bless America.
Thank you.
Damn. He's a head cowboy on a range coach. I'm not surprised at all. And so this is great, man. And I'm very happy.
Joe Rogan, W Donald Trump. Seriously.
Cut Medicare to 500 LA hospices with 0 complaints.
W Donald fucking Trump.
Federal officials cut Medicare to 500 LA hospices with 0 complaints. What?
contracted with the city and county of Los Angeles to house.
What makes me so sick about this is the fact that they're using daycares that are supposed to be funded by the government so that way parents can afford child care. What makes me so sick is that these hospices are supposed to be for people to bring their loved ones that are dying. Just imagine you show up to one of these hospices and you get chased off the property by a bunch of fucking scammers from a foreign country. You're just trying to find a place to let Mammy die in, you know what I'm saying? This is long overdue. This is what you get. You come to our country, you take our taxpayer dollars and you use it to fund terrorism all across your shithole country. It's time for you to go back. It's time for you to go home.
Up to 600 homeless people, but instead he was misusing tens of millions of dollars to live a luxurious life. Exclusive Fox video shows the Fed's early morning bust here at the LA mansion. 42-year-old Alexander Suker was arrested. Suker's $125,000 Land Rover was also seized by law.
$120,000 Land Rover. That car is as expensive as a house was in 2016 or 2017.
Enforcement. The Fed says Suker defrauded the city and county of LA out of 23.
No, I think this is. Wait, this might be another guy.
Million in taxpayer dollars for not only his mansion and car, but a second.
It's not even that they're trying to live a normal life. They literally blow the money on whatever the fuck they want. Like that's a custom plate. That's a black plate, bro. That's a custom. That's like a couple $100 to get this plate.
In Greece. Luxury
a
vacation.
Second home and oh my god,
2 homes
and private schools.
Wow, man, how many of y'all think y'all going to be able to afford one home if you work in yourselves every single day for 75 years? No one. But these motherfuckers got 2 homes and a car that costs as much as one. Man, that's crazy, ain't it?
He was living the high life while the people suffering. Homeless on the streets with no shelter, no food. They're living out in the streets.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right. No. And that's the reason why people don't want to pay into taxes, because all our money's getting, not only is it being taken by force out of every single hard-earned paycheck that you do. It's being taxed out of every goddamn grocery you buy. It's being taxed out of every fucking dollar you spend on everything in your life. And then they turn around and give you property taxes that are all being taken from you by force and given to these fucking illegals. For them to have 2 houses and a $120,000 car. Debank them, seize all their assets, sell the properties, take that money and put it back into the system where it belongs. Or use it to buy veterans' houses. Not no fucking rink-a-dink houses, nice brand new homes, 3-bedroom, 2 baths so they can have a fucking family. Enough of this bullshit.
People are literally dying, and this guy is out vacationing.
It's so bad in California, they have immigrants that have migrated here legally, been through the entire process to migrate to California, and are living on Skid Row, one of the most dangerous places for homeless people, in tents with his whole fucking family. And you want to tell me that everything is working? No, absolutely not.
Buying homes, buying Range Rovers, and going shopping.
It's a disgrace, man.
Prosecutors say Suker was supposed to provide 3 nutritional meals a day to the homeless, but during one inspection, Suker only had canned beans and ramen noodles on hand.
Oh.
The feds say Suker lied about various aspects of abundant blessings.
Bro, giving out canned beans and ramen noodles. 99 cents a fucking product to homeless people. Why? He's living in 2 mansions and has a $120,000 car.
Fake vendors, facilities, and the homeless actually getting meals. The U.S. Attorney's Office in LA says they are actively investigating at least 12 other similar fraud cases here in California. First Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley says there's a tremendous amount of fraud in this state, and that today's bust of one man who misused $23 million alone may show how little
Bro, look at that fucking house. That's like a brand new property.
Now, today's bust of
Bro,
one
the
man
paint hasn't even started to fucking fall off yet. Look at that house, bro. Look at that.
$3 million alone may show how little oversight.
Oh, wait, what is that? Is that a business? It's got a billboard. What the fuck is this?
Well, the oversight not existing is a feature, not a bug.
That's right. That's right. And now they're trying to make it to where if you, like Nick Shirley going around and exposing these fraudulent businesses, if they can show proof that they're getting taxpayer money, they can completely destroy you in court because of that new Stop Nick Shirley bill that they're trying to pass, that new law. It's garbage. It's trash.
Why they don't have oversight is it's basically an informal bribery program that LA has with all of their voters, where basically they create a bribery program where they fund the lifestyles of a bunch of people that are functionally fucking worthless and useless, and they let these people sit around, do nothing, steal stuff, and cause problems, and all those people do is they show up every 2 or 4 years and they continue voting to keep the gravy train running. And all of the other people in the companies that are actually profitable and successful in California are subsidizing this lifestyle. That's really it. I'd be curious.
No, I'm talking about the building. What the fuck is the building? I don't care about the window. I'm talking about the building.
Politicians.
It has a billboard. What is this?
I wouldn't be
I've never seen a building have a billboard of a house on it.
I'll tell you that.
California was pushing this money out quickly. A lot of money went out the door with, frankly, very little vetting, very little checks and balances, and he's one of the individuals that got it.
The suspect is scheduled to make his first appearance.
Jesus, bro, $125,000 Land Rover. Holy shit, a mansion in LA and a second home in Greece. 500 fraudulent hospice facilities closed down in California. Where are you? Think about that. That's 500.
500 hospices. Holy shit.
100 hospices? Think about how many that is. That's insane. That's crazy. So I don't even see how something like this can happen. How do you allow to have fraud on that insane of a level? And they want to arrest people like Nick Shirley? Of course they do, because Nick Shirley is fucking with the system. The system, you pay these people to sit around and do nothing, and then they vote for you. Yep. So if you take away the payments, then you take away their funding, and these people have to leave, or they might vote for something different, or they're in one way or another not beholden to you. And the goal that they have is they want to make people basically reliant on the government for everything, so they can never afford to not vote for more advantages like that. Dr. And this is it right here.
Democrats arguing that this rooting out of fraud, that it's cutting Medicaid services.
Oh, thanks for the gold coins. W gold coins.
Well, I mean, I think that honestly, they are going to cut Medicaid services, and people probably will die because of this. Like, this is inevitable. Like, I don't think that they should use the messaging and say that, oh, well, we're not going to have any, we're never going to have any collateral damage. Like, we are going to have collateral damage.
It's already happening. It's already happening. It's already fucking happening. Every day that you go to Skid Row and you see homeless people there, and their budget is millions of dollars to keep homeless people off the streets, they're casualties of this. They are being kept homeless, being bribed with cigarettes and fucking food, and to sign papers that give people the authority to fucking vote. They're literally breaking the law every day in Skid Row. They are utilizing these people and keeping them poor for this reason. It's insane. It's insane.
It's unavoidable, right? Whenever you're making decisions and you have hundreds and thousands of these places that you're shutting down, mistakes will be made, and people will be left without care that shouldn't have had the care. And
but you know what? These mistakes need to happen, because if the money's all fucking gone because you've got a mass amount of people pulling from the pot but not putting into the pot, guess what's going to happen to that fucking pot? Bitch is going to run dry. Then nobody's going to have anything. The system is where it's at because of so many people paying into it. When you have more people taking out mass amounts of money that are not paying into it, the pot's going to run dry. And guess what's going to happen? Nobody's going to get these benefits.
If you didn't want that to happen, you should have run your system better, so we didn't have to take this dramatic, extreme action to undo all of the mistakes that you have made systematically. So this like the reframing of like, not only is it okay that these mistakes happen, but the mistakes are the fault of those people. Those mistakes are a second order effect of them not holding anybody accountable for these numbers. That's really what I think. Anyway, like that, yeah, telling kids they have autism fucks with their brain. Like, I think that, okay, of course, like, let's say you've defrauded us for, like, you know, somebody said like $23 million. I guess you're in jail for $23 million in order to keep making money. Well, I mean, I think you should just put them in, charge them and put them in jail, right? It's pretty simple.
Oh, they know it's manufactured. That's why when they say this sort of, you know, like sheepishly.
No. You know what we should do with these fraudsters that are doing this? Hear me out. There's this beautiful little island called Little St. James. What we need to do is we need to put a big, massive fucking facility on that island. And then what we do is we take the people that are committing this fraud that are illegals and we put them on that island, right? And then that way we don't have to worry about them trying to break back into America, you know what I'm saying? After we defund them and not only defund them, debank them, but seize all their assets and send them over there, what we can do is, after a certain amount of time, we can hold like death races there. Because they're going to be there forever, right? So we might as well give them something to do. Or we can turn it into like mandatory work camps, you know, like, I mean, let's be honest here. Look at all that unused labor in the prison systems. Why do they get the luxury of 2 meals a day and they get to sit on their ass in their fucking little 4x4 and they ain't forced to work? You see, the reason why you got so many of these prisoners killing each other in prison is because they ain't got nothing to do. You work that bitch until he fucking drops, drag him into the cot, give him some food and water, let him sleep it off, and then you replace that prisoner with somebody else that'll go until they drop. Then they're going to be too tired to commit any crimes. See, that's how you fix it. And then, now that you've turned the prison system into something that people that don't want to go to jail dread, they won't do any more crimes. You see, whenever you stopped treating prison as an actual punishment and started calling it vacation, that's whenever it stopped being prison. That's what needs to fucking happen with these schizos.
Mention the possibility that you might once in a while hurt someone that's innocent. I argue that if you take a child with autism and you give them the services they need, you're doing a great service. It's the right thing to do. We're great people. We'll always help folks in need. But if every mother is pretending, because they're getting paid, that the children in the neighborhood have autism, which is bad for those kids, by the way.
And you're seeing that.
And we're seeing that in Minnesota.
It's actually a really good point he's bringing up here with this. I don't know why the framing is this fucked up. But anyway, like, telling kids they have autism fucks with their brain. Like, I think that you shouldn't, like, maybe this is just my opinion, right? But I don't think you should tell kids that there's something wrong with them. Like, unless it's like a really...
Unless you take your child to a doctor and have them looked at, do not sit there and say something is wrong with that child. You are not a doctor. And even if you are, go and seek actual help. Do not try to doctor your way for your child. You will fuck it up badly because you are a biased viewer. Go to a doctor that is not you and have them looked at.
Really big issue. Like, it's better to try to let a kid try to live a normal life than tell them that, like, there are all these things wrong with you, and so this explains every interaction that you're ever going to have.
And that's who this hurts. The people that this hurts are the elderly, the people that need hospices, the people that need childcare, the people that are going to be on the spectrum that can't work. That's who this affects. The misuse of this money will get these programs taken away altogether because there will be no money to allocate to them. It doesn't hurt the average hardworking American. It hurts the people that fucking need this money. That's who it fucking hurts. Oh, but you can't do this because, but you shut off the funding, so now there are people that are going without. Bro, if the fucking pot runs dry, nobody gets the money. It's gone.
Unless they're fat or gay, of course.
You take a budget from $3 million to $400 million. You do that by
3 to 400
creating programs and manufacturing services that aren't supposed to be used. But what you're doing is you're hurting the child who really has autism because they can't get access to services, and you're corrupting the entire system. We're seeing the same thing in California with hospice, where you have 1/3 of all the hospices.
Do you think we should be reimbursed? I think that we should absolutely be reimbursed, and I think that what we should do, so this is what I would do, is I would figure out all the people that were in on the fraud, and I would imprison them for the amount of time that it would take for them to work off the labor debt of the amount of money that they've defrauded us. So, like, let's say you've defrauded us for, like, you know, somebody said like $23 million. I guess you're in jail for 23 million years, right?
Hey, like I'm saying, why would you send them on a vacation? Hell no, man. Put them to work. Put them to work. Make them work.
No, and like that just, and that way if they try to.
Guess what? Not one has called us asking to reinstitute them.
Wow. Of course. You know why? Because they know that they were committing fraud. That's why. You don't shut down 450 hospices in a state and go under this impression that it's fraud. Usually if you've got the feeling that it's fucking fraud, guess what? It's probably fucking fraud. That's why they're not calling the government and being like, help! It's because they were committing fraud. That's why.
So 450 out of 450 were frauds.
Big surprise.
And nobody's calling to be reinstituted because they know what they were doing was fraud, and they were just trying to ride the gravy train all the way down to the station as far as they can possibly go. Yep. Of course, you like Dr. Oz? I love him. I think he's great. I didn't like him whenever he was running against John Fetterman. I didn't like Dr. Oz, but you know, he's in a role. Seems like a weirdo. I mean, again.
Angeles Hospice Incorporated actually titled.
This is what they're trying to get rid of with the Stop Nick Shirley Act. They're trying to prevent public businesses like this from getting shut down because they're fucking fraudulent. That's what they're trying to prevent. This is what they're trying to kill in California right here.
Where Angeles Hospice Incorporated, actually titled under Panacea Hospice, doing business as Angeles Hospice, doesn't have its door open, has a business card. Guy next door says they've changed.
I mean, it looks like an empty building. I mean, I'm sorry. There's no sign anywhere. There's no label on the door. There's no documentation on the sides here, except for probably like a building code inspection. Like this is, I mean, this looks like an empty fucking building, guys.
Locations, and in 2025 they filed for bankruptcy, and 2 months later it was settled, and they're back in operation doing what they do best. So let's give them a call. 62980-0046. They had one review 9 months ago where someone said that they were always in a rush, left before the hour was up, and when their family member was dying, oh man, they're so busy that they don't have time to answer the phone. So
that means that they don't even have a fucking voice box.
That's not being able to answer the phone. That is you called a fake number.
Yeah.
Like, that's like you called a number that doesn't exist. That's a different thing than a voicemail.
Bro got dial-up on his fucking phone, bro.
When their family member was dying, they called for an immediate nurse for assistance. They were super confused and frightened as to the process of their loved one dying. The hospice care nurse didn't show up until several hours later after the patient had died, and they gave a 1-star review saying mediocre at best. Always left.
This is like a movie. It's like a.
That's right. I love it. I love to see it. They should be their entire labor force. If they can't figure out what to do with some of these prisoners, chain gangs turning big rocks into little rocks. All day. All day. And they should do it on rotations. So that way you've got the night crew and the day crew.
Oh my God.
Early, didn't really care about the client. And
if you really want to get into the nitty gritty of it, what you do is you make it to where, because the prison's housing them, they take 50% of the income, and you give the other 50%, like let's say someone kills your daughter or your family member, the family that testifies against them in court should decide what your hours are, and they should get 50% of your the other 50% of your income. That's what should happen to you.
Even went on and they cut it off.
So if that family member decides that you work for 16 hours straight every single day, brother, maybe you shouldn't have done it.
And when I tried to find the review, it was removed off of Yelp. And only 2 reviews from a year ago that have 5 stars are on there now. So they've been open for almost 9 years. Okay, in 2020.
Right. Bro, if they did that, bro, picking up trash on the side of the highway and stuff, bro, our streets would never be cleaner. Just imagine if you had a crew of these fucking schizos that killed people, filling potholes in your street. We'd never have any potholes anymore. We'd never have any trash anywhere. Bro. Hell, better yet, you could have like a guard stand next to a prisoner, right? And you could chain them up on like a post or something sticking out of the ground around a garbage can. And if a person throws some trash on the ground in front of the prisoner, they have to like get on their hands and knees and pick it up and put it in the trash, or else the guard like tases them or something. Bro, let's go. Man, I can make this country some money, boys.
3, they billed Medicare $1.2 million, and they had 4,334 days of hospice care within the year, meaning...
Yeah, I think that we need to put these people, we need to put them on hard labor and make them work off every cent of this. And they need to be working for like 12 cents an hour. Like, basically, you're going to jail for the rest of your life with mandatory labor.
Yes.
And that's it. You shouldn't have scammed. Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. It's too much, done it. Too long, and that's it.
I'm 31 years old, and I've never been arrested or put in jail. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I don't see an excuse unless you're like, no, I'm sorry, no. Why are we acting like it's easy to break the law, dude? Not breaking the law is the easiest thing you can do in life. It's the cheat code that helps you win the game sometimes. Just don't break the law. You remember whenever you got that taser shoved up your ass by that law enforcement officer? Yeah, he probably wouldn't have done that if he'd quit struggling. Cheat code right there, boom. Spitting out them facts.
Paying for this? Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? Oh my God.
They had, I believe, 70...
on why his voice sounds different on air today.
We saw that already. We saw this already. We are actually going to roll because it's already 11:30. It is already 11:30, boys. W viewers, by the way. Y'all have been absolutely awesome today. W viewers. We are rolling. It is that time, boys. If you're new here, sub to the channel. We're here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Please like the channel. Please like the streams. We got videos being posted every day. It's just me running the show. It's just little old me, so I'm gonna get off and enjoy the rest of my day off because I don't have to make videos after the stream. I'm gonna go play me some more Pragmata. I think. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the donos and the gifted and all the new subbers. W new subbers, W new people. Y'all are awesome. Keep doing the hard work. Like I said, we're here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Please show up. Hit the like on this stream. You ain't got to watch the whole stream. And if you miss a stream, don't worry about it. There is always a... Hold on. Let me get the music going. The streams are always up. Hold on. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's weekend. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. Stay safe. Stay away from crazy people. It can be catchable. I don't want to have to pull anybody up in the comments that I've seen here every day saying stupid shit. I don't want to do that. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. You never know. And I'll see you beautiful peoples first thing tomorrow morning. Peace. Stay safe out there. Y'all are awesome. Keep doing what y'all are doing. Keep being you.
I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. you're inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that